Are we live?
I have no clue, bro.
Oh, we are live. We are live. Oh, it went straight away. Okay.
Bro, listen, I was fixing my beard and everything, bro.
Yeah. You know what? I'm so used to long intros. I was like, what?
Wait, why didn't it? No, but why didn't it go into like the countdown? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. It just went.
Normally, it just.
Yeah, but.
Normally, it does it to countdown.
Yeah, it's meant to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So then that's when I fixed myself up.
Oh, all right. Okay. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, bro. It didn't pop up. So then we just jumped up. We were live for a long time, you know? I'm not even going to lie to you.
It's been
30 what it is,
seconds.
isn't it?
It's been 30 seconds.
Yeah, man. All right, yo, well on, people. Well on, people. We're live.
Yeah, you're right.
Go on,
so all three of us are back again now.
Bro.
Yeah. So, right, TJ, how you been? First of all.
I've been good, bro. I've been good, man. Just alive. I'm not ill anymore. Just living my best life, man. Talking about the government and taxing me, but it is what it is, isn't it? Bro, wait. No, it's serious, man. This tax is nonsense. Is nonsense. My hard work is going into.
If you want to talk about tax, you got inheritance tax, council tax. I know council tax.
Bro, tell me about it.
And then you got what's it called? What the tax you want? Everything. You want tax for your car once a year to actually drive, like vehicle tax. Like then you have to put your MOT to get the vehicle tax, and then it's like
it's just nonsense, man.
Inheritance tax if you die, like even your money gets taken away.
Exactly, nothing's yours.
Yeah. Levy tax.
Harry,
how you been?
I'm very good, thank you. It's nice to be back. Also, we haven't done a stream together for a long while, so it's nice to be back and talking Tottenham, and can't wait.
Hopefully not taxes, but yeah.
No.
Bro, we don't know what taxes are yet. He's living the carefree life. He's
Harry,
living
did you
that.
study business studies or economics at all?
No, not at all.
I did business studies at GCSE, so.
Did you? No, I haven't been given the option, so.
I missed them. I missed them times, you know, when I didn't have to worry about none of that nonsense. You know why? Because that's what schools used to teach you. That's one thing they failed. I promise you, when they future
life, you mean that sort of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, man. They didn't teach me nothing about tax when I was in school.
Well, they don't now.
It's only when I think I learned a bit of, like economics and because we had to do like when because you're doing about businesses, yeah. So you tell about they get taxed on this, taxed on that. I was like, what's tax? And then my parents gave me some long explanation. You get taxed on this, taxed on that, taxed on this. It's like, yeah, great. And I was like, what, 18, 16, 18? So yeah,
really and truly, really and truly, they should be doing it from secondary school, in my opinion.
What, taxing people?
Not taxing people, learning about it.
I thought
when you start working. Yeah, no. They should be teaching you about it while you're in school. So then, when you're ready to work in a big world, you know what's coming for you, innit? You get where I'm coming from. You're at least prepared. Most of these youngsters, they jump into it and they realize, my first paycheck. I say this story all the time, innit? I worked for Amazon, maybe 24 now. Well, give it like 5-6 years ago, innit? Yeah.
Oh wow! All right. Cool. Was you doing the Amazon store, or were you doing like?
It was just picking and packing. It was literally just picking and packing. Yeah, just literally picking and packing. And my first paycheck, I remember opening it. Yeah, bruv. I worked some dangerous hours, yeah, and I looked at what they stole from me. I was fuming. And the first person I called my mum. I was like, Mum, this is not right. Yeah. Why is my money going to the government? But yeah, that's my experience, isn't it?
The parents told me that the amount of hours you do actually affects your tax. So if you do like
more hours,
you actually get taxed. Like you actually don't earn that much more. Like it's not worth unless you jump such a high price hike. Let's say you went from like, I don't know, standard to like 60K a year.
If you go from
they'll be worth like the jump. But if you're only going just into the jump, into the 40%, like slightly or something, or just only a bit, it's not actually worth it. You actually earn less.
Bro, it's not worth it, man.
Yeah.
Believe me.
So how you need to know is when you try and find a job in a few years, Just call us up and we'll invite you.
Now, you know what you need to know? Find a job that's cash in hand. Register your own tax. Bro, that's one
hairdresser, stuff like that. Electrician. We get paid in cash.
Yeah, man. But man, I missed you, man. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I actually missed you.
We haven't been streaming in a long while.
No, not us three for like. You're right. It's probably been like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You're probably right.
Nah, man, longer than that, man. It's been longer than that because obviously when my mum had the heart attack in it, back December time, innit? I came off stream for a long while.
Because me and Harry for a few weeks, and then it was you, and then because Harry went this other stuff, and now
so we haven't been streaming for a long while, man. It's good to be. You know what? It's good to be here, man. Yeah. It's good to be here.
I enjoy this the most, to be honest. This is highlight of my week sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why it's the joy of your week, because we're having a conversation, man. We're like we're letting off the steam. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
It's Friday, man. Yeah, man. But what we have for what we talking about?
So I thought, because we're playing Brighton tomorrow, I thought we need to talk about this. The
Brighton's model. But don't you want to talk about previous game?
Oh yeah, when we drew 2-2 to
Yeah, don't you want to talk about Everton?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
The reason I wanted to keep that hush for a bit is I have got a point to bring up about that thing. I was going to tie into something else. But
all right, cool. You want to do the Brighton model?
With this Brighton model, and then we'll talk about because you know what, it links into my next bit anyway. Cool. So
cool.
I thought I may well start with you, Harry, because you haven't spoken much. We're talking about tax for the past 2 hours, but I thought it was interesting to pose a question like this to you, because Spurs are now apparently copying this Brighton model, and Brighton, you know where Brighton are. They're not exactly. They made Europe for the first time, and for where they were to where they are now, you have to give them credit that it's worked. But for the club of expectation of Tottenham Hotspur, Harry, is this Brighton model that we're copying? Because Paul O'Keefe uses this on Twitter, the Brighton model, like jargon. Do you think it's going to work for us in the long run?
I think it is working, and I think it will work long term, because you look at some of the players that Brighton have produced and got hold of, and you look at someone like Evan Ferguson, and the players that Brighton moved on. Chelsea, prime example of business they've done with. They've got players now. If Brighton sold all their best players, we're talking, 300, 400 million that they could make. So they're in a nice position where they've got quality players, or they cash in and get a large amount of money for that. I think it's been reinvested very sensibly as well. So I think the Brighton model is the right model to adapt. Because obviously our recruitment, I think, had been poor, but the last few windows for me has been spot on. When I only think about now and the future, which is what the Brighton model has done. I've made my thoughts clear. I'm very happy with the 2 transfer windows under Ange, not only for now but long term. Thinking about that long term with Sarr and the doggy committing until 2030 is huge. Lucas Bergevall, the signing as well for the future. Don't know a lot about him, but again, I know he's for the future. Already made his Sweden debut, so yeah, I think it is working. And I think it will work. And Brighton, okay, they're not doing that well this year. They've been on the unlucky side with injuries, but still going to progress in Europe. And ultimately, under De Zerbi, they're still, for me, going to be in and around, even come the end of the season, in and around that top 6, 7. They've become very quickly a big club that generates a lot of profit and can keep hold of and attract and sell top players.
But I know you spoke a lot, Harry, about selling the players, right? But surely if Brighton are going to win a trophy or break the top 4, for example, surely this model in the long run doesn't work, because it's implying that they're going to bring up these young players, sell them on. Because you said the quote was like 300, 400 million, say you could sell them for.
Yeah, easily.
But will Brighton, with this model, ever break into being a top 3, 4 side?
Well, look at someone like Ajax, which for me got them to the Champions League semi-final, playing that way and producing that way some of the talent they produce. Of course, you have to keep hold of some. Like Evan Ferguson, they'd be very keen to keep hold of him until they can get 80, 90 million, maybe more for him. And so be keen to keep hold of players. But players like Cucurella and Casado that they shifted, we now look at them at Chelsea and go, Brighton done it at the right time for the right price. So I think Brighton have been very, very clever about that.
I think what I'm trying to say, Harry, is Evan Ferguson is most likely going to be sold. City are looking at him. We've been linked with him.
Eric could be sold in the summer.
Yeah, Southampton's the best example for Brighton. So what I'm saying is that it's not really sustainable, because if they're going to just keep selling their players, how they're going to break that? I'm saying break the bracket.
I think where it's similar to the Brighton model is in terms of the way we do our recruitment and like the approach we take it. I think that what differentiates our model to Brighton model is that we'll be able to keep hold of players because naturally we are a bigger club. Again, it creates even bigger profit and revenue. So I think we will be able to keep hold of players. Like you look at Lucas Bergerfall, I think we have no problem keeping hold of him. Whereas I look at that Brighton team, key players, even Ferguson, they just aren't going to be able to keep hold of him because City come in 100, 150 million. Don't tell me that Brighton are going to turn that down. They should be accepting that. So I think the Brighton model, there's similarities and differences to it, but the way we go about our recruitment, and I think we've seen it this summer with Vicares, for example, it's just a completely different approach to recruitment, if you like. Then I think that's where it is similar. Also, Brentford, for me, comes under a very similar category, and that's why I think they broke into the Premier League and now what I'd call a stable Premier League club with Thomas Frank. So I think that the model will work, but I don't think it'll be identical because we're talking about a Brighton side that want to consistently be in that top four, and we're talking about a Tottenham side that ideally want to be in that top four and beyond, and hopefully in the end fight for trophies.
Okay, TJ, your thoughts on this? Are we copying Brighton, and is it going to work?
Okay, can I just take it a step back?
Yeah.
I take it a step back.
Yeah.
I'm a bit concerned about this Brighton model, to be totally honest with you. You know why? One thing, there's only one thing in it. Yeah. Ange Postecoglou hasn't used any youth. So
I know.
We're going down this Brighton model, and I have quotes from Ange Postecoglou saying our youth setup is not at the level. When you've got our under 21s that are flying away, our under 18s that are flying away, and now you're going to talk about a Brighton model. If we're not going to use the youth and we're not going to give youth opportunities on the pitch to flourish, to actually take the step up, to become a household name for us, what is the point of the Brighton model? And my concerns, and let me be honest with you, I've been keeping it straightforward from the start of the season, and only you guys obviously stream with me. I said what I rate about Postecoglou is he likes to use youth, and he gets youth together, and he actually ends up using his youth. We haven't seen that yet. Look, giving you two examples. This is off the top of my head. We didn't have no centre backs for about a couple of weeks, and he didn't even go to look at the youth.
No Alfie.
So
no
Brighton,
Phillips.
Yeah, exactly. So he didn't even attempt to use the youths. You know, we shipped our Ashley Phillips across to the whatever team in the championship, innit? My concerns with this Brighton model, yes, cool, it's producing youth, and obviously hopefully we can obviously capitalize in the next 5 to 6 years. However, for me, I'm sick and tired of this building stage. I want to win now.
Yeah, I know, mate.
So this is why a lot of Spurs fans might disagree with me, but I don't care. I'm my own man, and I have my own head to my head. You could disagree with me all you want, yeah, and I'm not gonna swear on here, but whatever model, bro. Whatever model, bro. Just get the job done.
But TJ, don't you think? Because the thing with this model is, and Spurs been using a similar model, I would argue, for the past 20 years since Levy's been in charge anyway, with the youth, buying youth and selling them on, and buying youth and trying to turn them into superstars. Like Spurs have done this anyway, yeah. But don't you think the biggest issue is always when it comes to like making that next step, like what Liverpool did with Alisson and Van Dijk, going out and buying those players that fix these problems and elevate you to like another level?
Can I be honest with you? Has I think we've done that. James Maddison.
No, we didn't do that.
No, I think we honestly.
Mate, wait. Say what you said again, Harry.
I think we've done that compared to Liverpool. I think we've gone out there and done that, and I'm going to explain why.
No, okay.
James Maddison is the player we've been after, and we've gone out there and got James Maddison. There's no one better in his position right now.
I allow you to land there.
Our last 2 windows, I think, have been better than any other club. Our recruitment's been superb.
Harry,
the starting 11.
Wait, Harry. Pause for a minute. You're frozen. Pause for a minute. You're frozen. Come out and come back in and carry on saying what you're going to say.
Is he frozen? Am I frozen?
Yeah. Couldn't you see it? He was frozen, innit?
He was moving when I saw.
Oh, shit. Cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to... No, he was just talking, but he was frozen. His camera was frozen.
Is it all right now for you?
Can you hear me now?
Carry on. Yeah. Carry on. Carry on saying what you were going to say.
Carry on, yeah.
I was just saying that I think that we've done what Liverpool done in terms of James Maddison. I don't think there's any better playmaker out there. I honestly think that...
Are you saying buying talent right now? Are you saying we've bought marquee...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. This is where I argue.
Our recruitment's been better than any other club in the last 2 windows. I think that's non-negotiable. The players that come in, the recruitment's been superb.
Okay,
and that is credit.
This is where I argue with you, yeah? This is where I argue with you, innit? You can agree to me or you can disagree with me, but I could equally say we went for cheap signings.
Vicario was cheap.
Are they working out? I don't care the money.
Harry,
it's relevant. It's whether it worked out or not, and it is working. You get this cheap option.
I'm not saying the players don't work out.
Oh my God.
No, listen. 120 million on Modric, 100 million on Fernandes. Neither of them have worked out. 4 million on Maddison,
no.
17 million on
You're missing my point.
Less than 20 on Kulusevski, and they've all worked out.
Harry, hold on. Let me just make a disclaimer before I make this point. Let me just make a disclaimer. I'm not saying the signings we have made are not successful. I'm going to say that to all these Spurs fans. I'm going to try and twist my words. I'm going to make it clear. I'm not saying the signings we've made are not successful. I'm arguing we've gone cheap.
But
and this is how I know.
It is relevant because...
But so you look at the money spent in the last 2-3 windows, it's up there with
and we are the richest club in the world.
I'm not interested in that.
And we are the richest club in the world.
But we've acted in a transfer window like a top 4 club, if not higher.
How?
Okay, name me one signing that hasn't worked out in the last 2 windows.
Solomon, that's one off the top of my head.
He's been injured.
He's not worked out though.
All right, but
he's been injured.
Okay, but
no, seriously, repeat what you're saying. Solomon hasn't worked out. He hasn't hardly kicked the ball because he's been injured. How's that their fault?
No.
How's it the club's fault?
Harry, I can equally argue. Wait. I can equally argue. We've gone down these. Wait, Harry. I can equally argue. We've gone down these phases over the last 5 years.
I'm not talking about the last 5 years. The recruitment's been poor. Last 2-3 windows have been a lot better. You have to give credit where credit's due. We've gone cheap.
Yeah, you're missing the point, bro.
This Brighton model, the recruitment's been very good.
Listen, you're missing the point.
I don't think
you're missing the point.
No, I'd say so to you.
Okay, I'm not. I made it clear. I'm not. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say this statement again.
I mean, I could argue Brennan Johnson is going to say that Vicario has been a success because they've been here at the same time. I argue Johnson's been a failure. You could argue that.
I argue.
But I think you're
too quick to argue.
But okay, can I? I'm going to use one example only to prove my point. Mickey van der Ven, the quickest registered player in the Bundesliga last season.
All right, cool.
That player really suits the system. Don't tell me that is world-class recruitment, to go out there and identify someone who suits the system with their pace. I look at Ipswich in the Championship. I look at Chelsea right now, and they lack of that. Wait. I'm going to wait. Finish it. Wait.
Was it for sure to do with Tottenham? They're like.
Well, I'm getting on to it. No, it doesn't matter because they play very similar football. It does. And it does. But they don't have the pace at the back. Where we've quickly identified that. That's why our recruitment's a lot better than Chelsea.
You can't compare apples with melons. Like, it don't work.
You can't compare Johnson and Vicario, but he's managed to fit
in. Because Harry, I'm just needing your example.
Unbelievable.
I can equally argue. No, wait.
But then I could tell you Johnson, who's been the same amount of time, has not been a success. In fact, it's been if we're going to play this game,
if we're going to play this game,
exactly what I was just about to say. I was literally going to say something on them line.
You both should have learned from Richarlison. Has you were always behind him, I give you that. Why are you judging Brendan Johnson on what you've seen now?
No, but I'm saying you said it all been success from now. I didn't say from now.
I think Johnson's had a huge impact. He just needs to work on his finishing. His last
minute. It's not being a success.
Wait, Harry. Wait. Let me land here.
Daniel Levy, you can't argue that our transfer window recently. They've been 9 out of 10.
You couldn't argue. Wait, can I say this? Can I say the quality of
Harry? We're not even in the top 4.
And we're playing fantastic football. We have players out in the first half of the season. We're getting top 4. But listen, just say this to yourself, Haz, right? This is really, really important. And it is. Harry Kane, our best player, arguably one of the best in the world, left. Postecoglou comes in, new to the Premier League, completely different style of football, completely different start 11, completely different squad, and we're in and around the top 4. I didn't expect us to be in the top 10, let alone the top 4. We've gone up and beyond expectations, whatever happens now.
But Harry, we've been here before.
And we're out of 2 competitions. We're out of 2 competitions, and we're not going to win a trophy again.
Yeah. Okay. And we got a hard draw in Manchester City. Vicario decides to punch instead of catching. We're out the FA Cup.
Another year back to
big chance.
Okay. Another year back
to success. We will the right manager. The recruitment's good. We're building the team. The starting 11 for me, one of the best in the league.
Harry, how many times did we finish top 4 with
You cannot sit here and go, Postecoglou comes in and we're going to win.
We're not talking about Postecoglou. We're talking about everything.
I'm talking about Postecoglou because this.
We're all having this conversation.
In the past, you can't change the past. I'm having this conversation because we've got players who come in.
I can't change the past.
We've been unlucky with injuries, right? We've been unlucky in the first half of the season. We played well. We have the right manager. I'm not missing the point.
I don't even know what he's talking about now.
Enlighten you, I don't know.
No. I will not have anyone sit here and lecture me about Daniel Levy and the board not doing a good enough job. We're talking about signings. He's done an incredible job. When you have everyone fit, we have a very strong bench as well.
But I didn't even mention Levy.
Because you can't erase that.
Harry, we're technically in the same spot as we were with Watch. We're trying to go for 4th place. It's not any big improvement.
What do you expect us any more to do than top 4 in Angie's first season? I don't get it. What are you hoping for?
Listen, bro. Now, okay, cool. Can I speak now?
Compete with Manchester City. How many years has Pep Guardiola been here? How many players has he bought? How much money has he had to spend? You can't expect Ange to come in after 1 or 2 windows and knock City out.
That Pep got. Do you expect Ange to get the same money as Pep got then?
Well, if you look at what we've spent,
yes or no?
Just see in the last 2. I'm not answering the question because in the last 2 windows, our spend has been very high. Our recruitment has been superb. We've shifted players outside the door.
Yeah, we could have done that under Poch as well. 18 months without giving him any money.
New stadium was the priority at the time, which is a game changer. Look, can I just explain? Clubs are struggling with FFP. You look at the January transfer window. We've played it right.
And we're the richest club in the world.
I don't care.
Our tickets are the highest.
That's a good thing. Okay.
Our tickets are the highest. We're the richest in the world. Our bears the highest.
Harry,
we're hosting the NFL and all of these stuff that's happened. We're still not successful.
Yeah, but if I don't pay, you say to me I'm not a fan.
Arsenal, listen, look at this, yeah. In the last 16 years, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, West Ham, and all of these teams have all won trophies. And you're saying top 4 is our goal. Come on, man.
Well, I'm sorry. Can I be honest with you, TJ? I think you're being absolutely insane to sit here and go, we're going to get more than top 4 in Angie's first season.
That's not what we're saying.
We've lost our best player. Well, it is what you're saying.
But Harry, you're saying for us, our recruitment, the past 2 windows or seasons, I don't know what you're saying, season has been like spot on.
Windows, yeah.
You then compare it. But if we're basing this on your logic here, I'm just basing this on your logic. I can easily say that Johnson's been a failure, Solomon's been a failure, because quite frankly, they've done naff all. Yeah.
How's Van de Ven done? How's Vicario done?
Yeah, but I'm saying you can equally argue either way.
He can't say the recruitment's been perfect. Versatile, can play in any position.
It doesn't mean it's good because they're versatile, Harry.
I didn't say it did.
Yeah, but you're saying...
No, but the recruitment we got bought in really suits the system and it has been well thought about.
Johnson.
I'm going to ask you a very, very basic question here. In the last 2 windows, has the recruitment improved from, for example, that Ndombele window?
But that's not a very high bar.
It's a question, yes or no?
It's not a very high bar.
You can answer the question, yes or no.
Has it improved from the Ndombele window?
You can't answer my question, yes or no?
We only signed 3 players that window, Harry.
Yes or no?
Sessegnon, Lo Celso,
yes or no? It's a question.
We signed more players in the summer. We signed twice as many more players.
I don't care.
That window. It does make a difference.
No, but has the recruitment been well thought about? And the Ndombele, where we just panicked by and spent a lot of money.
They scouted him for a long time, Harry.
And it was the wrong recruitment. That's the recruitment's been.
Wait, Harry. I can equally argue. We got our second fiddle players. We were in for Raya, we got Vicario. We were in for Tapsoba, we got Van der Ven. We were in for this player, we got the next player. We were in for that player, we got the next player. So I could equally argue that
if you're going up Twitter rumors, yes. No, we don't know if it's a second option for a start. And
it was because
the system
said about it, and he's an intermediary for like agents, so he knows more than us. Because Spurs went off Raya and they went to Vicario in another name on the list. I can't remember the name.
We've got the better keeper, and that's all I'm interested in.
Yeah, but Harry.
Yes, I know. Look, you're missing the point. Yes, we know.
Yeah,
we know. We've got all the signings were successful. We know that. That's not the point we're making. I'm making a point that we've just gone cheap. We haven't.
But why bring it up when it's working? Why does
have you got you later in the season at all, or we played Fulham?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
I can't remember. Did he come on the show? Sorry, it's been.
Yeah. But there was a load of fans saying, "Oh, we don't pay the money for Maddison. We're not going to pay the money for Van der Ven. We do it." And fans sit here going, "Oh, yeah, but we went cheap." Come on, be consistent. You can't keep sitting here changing your mind. We splashed the cash. We've got the recruitment right. We're flourishing. We're doing well. We're on the right path.
What I classify as big signing nowadays, Harry. What I classify big signing nowadays is if we went and spent like 80-90 million on like a Vlahovic or something.
We went cheap with all our players, Harry, bro.
It's not about the money because Chelsea wasted money signing after signing that hasn't worked out. It's about
an extreme example.
It's been spot on recently, and you just can't deny it.
Chelsea's an extreme example.
No, but we're making a fact.
It's an example.
It's an extreme example.
Well, it's an example. I'm not wrong. It's spot on.
Okay,
Harry, would you ever see Tottenham pay 120 million for Enzo Fernandez ever? I'm not saying.
In fact, you know what? To end this argument. No. To end this argument, we just sold Harry Kane. Do you think we're going to get a marquee signing in Harry Kane's place? No, we're going to go cheap.
We didn't even buy anyone. We didn't even buy anyone.
You paid for then, because I put the question to Marlon, and he couldn't name me one player that you would have brought in. Okay, other than Timo Werner in January, because a lot of people said didn't want Werner. I don't get it whatsoever. But if you don't want Werner, who else would you have brought in? And I'm going to address this comment
for the striking position. For the striking position, are you talking about?
If it was me, I would have gone big on.
Bro, there's so many strikers out there for a like replacement. Listen, we sold our best striker
ever to even hit grass, did it? Yeah, and we haven't replaced Kane. Most teams that look at this, look, good example, Man City. They sold Aguero. Yeah, they waited one season. They played without a striker. They brought in what Haaland.
One season. We haven't even finished the season yet. Exactly. You just proved my point.
Yeah, but we got Harry was season for a few years. Aguero was a bit different. I'd say 200.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Still,
all right, Harry,
could you see us 21 as well?
All right, cool. Let me land this down in the head, innit? Could you see us going for Ivan Toney or Osimhen?
No, because the attitude's wrong and he doesn't suit the system.
No. How about Osimhen, Harry? He costs 130 million. Just so you know.
I wouldn't spend that money on a striker.
No, but I'm not saying would you do it. I'm saying do you see the club doing it? That's the big difference.
No, because I don't think he suits the system.
How does
it's nothing to do with money?
How does it not suit the system?
I don't like what I see. But
how many times have you watched him play, Harry? If you don't mind asking.
It's not enough. Look, it's not about the quality. Let me be honest with you. It's not about the quality. It's about you selling your best striker, you replacing the striker. Selling the player.
We wouldn't be able. Okay, TJ. Realistically, you couldn't do that unless we bought the players we bought in. You'd have to take a lot of that away if you're going to go out there and sign a marquee striker. Listen, hear me out on this, because a lot of people knew that we have the money for Harry Kane. So a lot of people would charge more. Whereas we do it in the summer and we get through to the summer.
We're the richest club in the world.
So we should be.
I'm not talking about that. I don't care. there. That's
I'm sorry, I'm not hearing this bullshit. We're the richest club in the world.
Because we're playing it. No, see, I'm being serious here. We played it right with FFP. We've splashed the cash in the last 2 windows, and we've got the recruitment right. This comment here from Simply Ace is we're not thriving. We're playing fantastic football. We've been unlucky with injuries. No, listen, we've been unlucky with injuries the first half of the season. Next season, I think we'll be competing with all the trophies. It's not Ange or anyone's fault at the club that we drew Manchester City. Wait, TJ, wait, because you're going to speak. Okay, it is on Ange. The Carabao Cup second round against Fulham. That is on Ange, but he came new to the job, and it was unlucky. It was so early on, and it was just one of those. Again, we got a Premier League team early on. Okay, we're at the cups, but we're doing well in the league. I think we're on course for top 4, which is a massive overachievement. I can't. It'd be huge if we get top 4. Compared to what was expected at the start of the season. We're a fantastic season.
Top 4 don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about top 4.
Well, that's your problem.
Been sitting here and
we've been
watching this club
20 years, 10 years.
But you can't expect a manager to come in and do more than top 4.
We're not talking about Ange. I'm
talking about Ange because we've changed the whole structure of as we've discussed the whole of this show so far, the recruitment. We've changed the whole team. Someone said to me the other day, "Oh, we've got no squad depth on the bench." How can you replace the whole team and squad in 1 or 2 windows? You just can't do that.
How many times are we going to replace the structure?
Bill, what do you mean fantastic football? We're playing fantastic stuff. We're enjoyable to watch. I don't know. I don't know if some people. I honestly don't know who's serious or not.
I'll say something very concerned. Okay. Arsenal fans stuck with Arsene Wenger for an extra 10 years, if we're being honest, yeah. And a lot of them.
Are you comparing Arsene Wenger to Ange Postecoglou?
No, let me finish because it's the same sort of thinking. You were talking about fantastic football. Eventually, they got fed up of this fantastic football, yeah, and they wanted the proper manager to win them trophies. And eventually, he got sacked. So this whole notion of playing fantastic football
I'm not wasting my breath about Ange Postecoglou because we've got the right manager.
No, I'm not saying
I'm not even going to discuss it. It's a waste of my time.
I'm saying, yeah. The whole notion we're playing fantastic football as if it's an achievement. It's not really an achievement. We played fantastic football.
No, it's not. But it's nice to be able to enjoy it. No, I get that.
So to me, it's not really like a valid point.
But I think fans have to find something to moan at. Just enjoy the moment. We're playing good football. We're doing well. We're in the
No. This is where we're not going to sit here. Look, you know what? We're playing pretty football, but we're still getting top 4. We were playing ugly football. We were still getting top 4. We were playing poch football. We were still getting top 4. Yeah. We're still fucking getting top 4. It don't matter, bro. We're not going forward. We're just stagnating.
We're doing circles.
My question I want to know for you. Listen. No. I let you speak.
We're not stagnating. We're just going around the circle.
How many changes? Wait. This is my question. How many rebuilds and how many changes until we can say we're going to win something? If you can't answer that, Andy's going to fail. Poch is going to fail. Mourinho's going to fail. Nuno's going to fail. Go for it, bro.
Can I be honest with you? I think we'll win a trophy next season.
Can we do a bet then? Because we're going to say that.
I will do a bet, bro. Bro, £100, bro.
I don't sit here and criticise my team and criticise the ball, criticise the manager when things are going very well.
But are they going very well? We drew to Everton 2-2.
We're still doing the same shit.
We 2 points, yes, it has.
Playing with Conte ball, bro. We're still doing the same.
I've got nothing to say. I'm absolutely stunned. Honestly,
you're taking this way too much, man. I'm just saying we're criticising your point that you're saying every size signing was a success based on this short period of time with this 2 windows, whatever. By your logic, I can easily say Johnson's not a success because it's this new recruitment, whatever you want to call it, and to me, it's not been a success.
Okay, but every player that was signed.
It's not every signing then, because Johnson's not a success. Solomon's not a success.
Every player that we signed suits the system, and every bit is clever recruitment. Okay, Johnson's maybe not working out right now. I like what I see. I think he has the pace, etc., to suit the system. I like the player that we've signed. Whether you think money's well spent, we overpaid or not.
Just so you guys know, and I know this from a good source, so don't quote me on this. Spurs were watching Johnson way before Ange even turned up. They were watching Johnson for about 2 years. So whether he's like a club signing or not, or an Ange signing is even up to debate in itself. But if we're basing this on being on a new recruitment style signing,
I've got some inside source as well. The same way, they were looking at Nusa for a long time. and they lost out on Noosa.
And luckily we didn't sign him.
Noosa was another one. I don't know what happened there. I know, can you explain to me what happened there? Because I thought we had him.
Mr. Harry is defending all of this mediocrity.
Yeah.
This is what our club is, a mediocrity club.
No, I'm not having that. We're acting like a big club in the last 2 windows, TJ. Are you have an agenda against the board? That's fine. But you need to sit here and act like credit when credit's due. It takes a lot as a human being, but you have to sit here and go, well done.
What am I crediting? What am I crediting?
Every signing in this past 2 winners being a success. I named 2 players that won, and then you just lost it. I was like, what am I supposed to say?
I didn't lose it. I told you the one player was injured.
And Johnson's he's been poor. I'm sorry he's been poor. Like
I think he's done okay, but he probably hasn't hit the ground running in terms of
he's not been a success
we paid for him.
He's not been a success then in this new recruitment style.
Okay.
Really?
If that floats your boat, that's fine. We'll come back to this.
Because otherwise people will be talking about Johnson for like...
It's not facts though, it's opinion. You can't sit here and go Johnson hasn't played well. Because I watched him and I think it's really...
says Johnson is a success. Tell me. I don't speak. I don't know every Spurs fan I see on Twitter criticizes Johnson most of the time. Not in a abusive way, by the way.
But one thing I will say,
because we have a reactionary fan base. I've had argued with Spurs YouTubers about him smoking, vaping, questioning his lifestyle.
One thing I will say about Johnson. One thing I will say about Johnson.
Very similar.
I didn't expect him to be first team player, bro. I thought we were buying him for him to sit on the bench and come off and make a difference. You know? So let me be honest with you. One thing I have to say, look, I know his qualities. We don't have no technical ballers. Let's be honest with you here. All the players that are playing in our front line are not no technical ballers, bro. You know? And look, it might sound harsh that I'm saying it, but they're all mediocre. Werner is mediocre. Richarlison is mediocre. Johnson is mediocre. What? You don't... Listen, bro. When it comes down to ballers,
I respect you as a person,
they're not on them baller category.
You're smoking something, or you're taking something tonight, or you're having me on a wind-up, and you're going to let me know soon. I'll let you choose which one.
Hold on, don't get me wrong.
How can you question... Look at Richarlison's form recently. I haven't seen...
Even me as a Richarlison... Harry, even me as a Richarlison fan, I'm not going to sit here and say he's like an elite striker because he's not.
And I never said that. He's playing well and he deserves credit, and he's not mediocre at all. That's
bro, he's a mediocre striker, bro. He's scoring right now because he's in good form, but he's a mediocre player, bro. He's not a player that I'm going to be like wow about.
Don't get me wrong, I still want to...
TJ, I go wow about Vicario, wow about Van der Ven, wow about Drogosin, the experience he has at such a young age. I go wow about both our fullbacks. Bentacle, Sar. We have so many wow players in the team. We have a couple of players that are very good, and you go, but they're mediocre. We've got a very strong team.
No.
Harry, I'm in supporting the Werner signing because me and TJ spoke about this from the week you weren't here actually, Harry. But I can't sit here and say this guy's not like he's top class or something because at the end of the day, Werner's got something to prove. That's the difference, right?
Yeah, Werner has. Yeah, Werner didn't do very well at Chelsea in terms of putting goals.
If he doesn't prove it,
yeah, but he's mediocre, right? Yeah. He's not on that top tier character. You know, when I see ballers,
he's not Gareth Bale.
Exactly, man. He's mediocre, man. That's a drop-off level, bro. Yeah. You can't sit here and argue and say to me that Werner, Johnson, and Richarlison is on the Gareth Bale level, bro. Because then I've lost all faith talking to you as a Spurs fan.
I never said that. Mediocre. I'm talking about a generational talent that we don't have right now. Because no.
I'm saying you're saying these players are so good that it's like somewhere in the middle.
Richarlison is a backup striker. Read that comment. I would say that's true.
Can I be honest with you? I think we have the best back four in the league, and I think when fully fit, we have the best midfield and best midfield depth. And
then why are we short up front then?
Because I'm talking about defensive midfield.
No, but you said we've got a good midfield, good defence. So how about up front?
Well, up front we've got players that I think we've got a lot of impact players. I think there's positives and negatives to that, and
so you
that
call
is what it is.
Richarlison an impact player?
Did I mention Richarlison's name?
No. Would you call Richarlison an impact player? Because that's how I see it.
That's your question at the moment because I haven't finished my point. I'm talking about players like Werner and Johnson, who I think are impact players. personally. Richarlison,
So
being honest with you, wait, next season, I think probably Richarlison is someone who comes in and out of the team. And with Europe,
So
I think that's a really,
player.
really nice thing. A very strong impact player, ideally. If he's our number 9, Arsenal have someone even worse than Jesus as their number 9. Yet we're entitled to.
I don't care about any other team but my team, bro. I don't care about any other team.
How you say that Arsenal above us? So how what does that make a difference then? If they have a worse than KK?
Just see the squad as how it is, isn't it? Yeah. It's an all-right squad at best, bro.
The common knowledge. Whose stats is better this season, Richarlison, Jesus?
Richarlison, but who's above us in the league? Arsenal or Tottenham?
At the moment, Arsenal, because they played.
Who has won more trophies in the past 10, 20 years? Arsenal.
Again, I get that discussion.
Who has won a trophy in the last 5 years? Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, West Ham, and Tottenham's not in that list. So forget what you're saying about these players are good. It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. You have to say how it is, bro.
Stop living in the past and focus on the future.
We are talking about the future.
We're saying here talk about the past, which cannot be undone.
No, because I'm saying the past always pushes. Always has a meaning.
It does not. No, it doesn't. No.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Because the recruitment model. This is why I brought the Brighton model, because we're copying this Brighton model.
We've learned from the past. There's been mistakes made in the past. I think so as well. But we've got the managerial appointment right. We've got the recruitment right. We've got the investment right. We played it right with FFP. I think we're on track for trophies. I generally do. And I think next season we could be quite scary in Europe as well.
So Harry, are we doing this bet where we're going to bet like 100 quid that Spurs going to win a trophy next season?
Bro, I'm on this bet, man.
I'm on it. I'm getting 100 quid, man.
I'm not betting money, but I real reasonably do like we've done before with the like what do you call it?
Kind of forfeit that you still haven't taken, bro.
Yeah, you need
a forfeit that you still haven't taken.
Yeah.
We can bet a forfeit, but this money's gonna wussy out because the last time you was meant to eat the chili.
Even I did it.
Even I did it when I didn't need to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So we both done it.
All I'm saying, look, let me be real in it. Yeah, I'm gonna calm down here in it. You know,
because we have to actually talk about the game at some point.
Yeah, Let me be real in it. Yeah, we're in a transition where we're trying to get better as a club in it. Yeah, and how I see it, it's the same as the years before us going for the top 4. And I could equally argue that maybe Ange Postecoglou could get us over the line, but I have to say this, and I'm going to say this with my chest, innit? His track record so far is dumped out of two cup competitions.
Yeah.
And the way we played in both of them, the way we played in both of them was not acceptable. So the way it's looking, and I'm not saying we were going to win straight away from the get-go, and that's not what I'm going to sit here and say, because look, it takes time for him to get his system there, and it takes time for these players to understand what they're actually made to do, right? But I just hope before I have kids we win a fucking trophy, bro. Because if I sit here and we haven't won no silverware and I've had my first youth, bruv, I'm going to come to Harry.
What are we going to tell them?
I'm going to come to Harry and I'm going to say, this is your fault. Fans like you accept mediocrity and say it's okay. You have to just see it how it is and say it how it is. Our front line. Look, Richarlison's on form, and I'm not going to sit here and say to anybody that Richarlison's not on form.
Oh, Ryan G, are you available next Friday, by the way? Because we're playing you a lot on next Saturday. So if you are, message one of us or Marlon, whatever. We'll try and get you on in it. Yeah. Sorry, he's
man, bro. Yeah. No. We'd love to have you on, bro. We would love to have you on. You know, I can't lie to you. But what I'm trying to say, like, I'm going to sit here and say how it is, isn't it? You have to either win in a lot. I've said it many times in the last 10 years, 5 years, whatever you want to say it. All top teams, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, West Ham, You know, you name it. All have won trophies. What Tottenham? So there's something
TJ, we also
wrong.
sacked Jose 5 days before a final, which is insane. I'm still not over that.
Bro, I'm not. This is why I can't sit here and just accept that it's all positive and roses and daisies, because it's not. It's not. And you know what? Look, we're going to get into the Everton game because I want to jump onto that Everton game as well. Because
all I can say is I did predict it a few weeks before that we would draw there. Just saying.
Yeah, I know you did, but bro, you know how many times we let a team score in the last like fucking seconds of the match? There's something wrong with us, bro.
You read my mind, because this is the next point. Because you know it's the record number. I think it's like 8 times or 9 times.
Bro, it's bad, bro. It's not good. There's something. It's either concentration. I don't know, man. But we struggle to see out matches, you know. Do you think
we can, TJ? Because I might as well start on this because you just basically read my mind, thankfully. Because this literally was my next point, right? I'm not joking. So only on the Everton game we were 2-1. You know, we drew in the end, but. Do you think this is a concentration problem? Do you think this is a stylistic problem because of the intensity they play at and they get tired or whatever? Like, what do you think is the issue?
You know, I think it's a stupidity problem. You know why I say that, yeah? It might sound crazy, innit? And a lot of Spurs fans are going to disagree with me, but I don't care because I'm TJ. You can disagree with me all you want. This is just my view. You're winning 2-0 in it, yeah? You don't fucking carry on playing the higher line, man. I'm sorry.
We weren't winning 2-0 for a start. We weren't winning 2-0.
Bro, you're okay, but put it like this: you're winning, you stay out the game, bruv.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So you can't start.
Cole, yeah, he said.
And I agree with that. Oh, absolutely spot on. Yeah.
And you know another thing that is really concerning as well. You know, and look, I like to watch a lot of football as well. You know, I can't understand why we struggle so much under set pieces.
Really?
We've got
Bill. Can you show us the quote, please? Because I'm interested in this now.
Wait, sorry. What was he saying?
He says Bill said Ange basically said that he'd rather draw 2-2 than get through the last few minutes of the game to win 2-1. The results are there from Ange. Can you show me a quote? Sorry, I'm not disagreeing with you, Bill. Just quote.
You know the same bullshit that he said as well. You know, he said something about are you for not ready? Yeah. Are you for not ready?
Please put it in the comments. I know it's on Ali Gold on X. Just put it in the comments, please, if you don't mind, mate.
Yeah. He said some bullshit as well. You know that really pissed me off. Our youth are not ready for first team football. When if you actually look at our youth, under 21s are first, under 18s are first, and you don't give none of the youth a chance. So I don't understand what's going on.
I'm not going to shout, but when are you going to give them a chance? When would you give them a chance?
Well, you could have instead of playing Emerson at the
No, it's a question. I'm arguing it's a question. When would you give them a chance?
Last 70, 80 minutes, bro. Give them a chance.
What would you do against Everton? We're winning 2-1.
Bro, listen.
Unfortunately, mate.
If you're gonna make a point, you need to back it up.
I think TJ's right. No, if we're winning games 2-3-0, we should bring on the youth.
When we had four left backs and right backs, hold on 1 minute, bro. When we had four left backs and right backs, you had the centre backs on the bench. He chose to go with left backs and right backs. You're not giving them youth a chance.
Like Alfie and Ashley Phillips easily could have played instead of.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I was questioning him, and I agree. Yeah.
So I backed up my argument. So you can give youth a chance.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not rocket science.
This point's irrelevant.
Last 80 minutes.
We'll be waiting all season.
Last 80 minutes, innit? For example, last 80 minutes or even 70 minutes. Bro, you can easily give youth a chance.
What game would you have done in, looking back, TJ? Because you said Everton, we couldn't hold on. You're relying on the youth to hold on.
Okay. No, he's not saying that point. He's just saying the youth in general.
No, I know what he means, but I need to give.
He's basically saying, Harry, if we're winning,
you can't sit here and go, and I'm going to get annoyed again because you can't sit here and go. The youth deserve a chance, but can't give one example.
Harry,
when
I'll give you one example. We were 5-2 up away to Burnley, right? Yeah, and apparently,
that was an example. There we go. Yeah, that was an example.
He didn't bring anyone on from the youth. The
Yeah,
only one I see
that's
hearing is Donnelly came on.
But you know what? Not even that. Yeah, you got the youth thriving in the setup, innit? And I'm sorry to say,
can we all agree on something? That it's nice to see Phillips and Donnelly doing well at Plymouth Argyle. It's nice to see them doing well, and I'm quite excited about them for the future.
No, he's not talking about together. Holding on to a lead.
I'm going separately.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
No, I'm talking to the guy in the comment.
Oh, sorry.
No, like, you know, so he came out and said on, I can't remember what press conference, but he said the youth are not at the level.
Yeah.
For he was like the youth, but I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. But you go with 4 left backs and right backs. Come on, man, it makes no sense.
No, that's not what I would have done.
And the under 21s are first. They're unbeaten, bro. The under 21s are unbeaten. You got under 18s that are first as well. They've only lost 3 times. So you know what? I don't think it's rocket science, but for me, what's disappointing about Ange, he's not giving any chances to the youth for them to thrive, bruv.
TJ,
And
do you think
we're meant to be doing the Brighton setup? We're meant to be doing the Brighton setup.
And this is meant to be a transitional season, so there's the best chance to do it, really.
Bruv, thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. And Simply Ace gets it.
I agree.
When we had all those injuries, should have put Chuck, Alfie, and Ashley in there, really.
I would have thought so, but at the end of the day, Postecoglou is the one who knows whether they're ready or not. I personally look at it now and go, in the last few years, I think there's been quite a big gap between the first team and the youth team. And Paratici, although I think he'd done a great job with some of the players he brought in, etc. And I don't know whether it's his fault or not, but kind of at the period of his tenure, that there's been all of a sudden this big gap. Where, like we've seen now, we've got a lot of injuries, but youth aren't getting a chance. And you're going, when will they get a chance? And I was one of those fans going, hang on a minute. You're not getting a chance, and we have arguably one of our worst, injury crisis. When are they going to get a chance? And that still concerns me now. And then you look at players like Donnelly and Phillips, and they seem quite exciting. So this is slightly worrying. But I don't get if they're not ready, because for me, they're showing that they can do it. Obviously not on the same level. So they for me deserve a chance. There's a time and a place for it. When we had that injury crisis, I absolutely agree.
And the worst thing is as well, not worse, but the thing that's annoying me on another level, we're getting linked to all of these youngsters. We've just brought in the midfielder from PG, decided to reject Barcelona and come in, and he's 18? Is he even going to get a chance?
But what I will say, TJ, is I'm being honest with you, and I'm not having a dig at anyone. This is just how I feel personally. I'm quite excited for the future because, like I said, I look at players like Sarah Ndogi, who really strike to me as generational talents that we've committed until 2030. And we're bringing in players like Lucas Bergvall I don't know a lot about. When you know that they've made their Sweden debut, for example, as a teenager, you know that there's something special. No, I haven't seen him play, but he already made his Sweden debut, for example. So for me, that's quite exciting. And I look at players like Donnelly and Phillips already gaining that partnership together at Plymouth Argyle. It's quite exciting. And obviously with FFP as well. And I like to kind of bring it up because it's a big thing with the new stadium, whatever you do think of it. It's a big thing, and we'll be able to spend, because if Newcastle were able to spend this January, then they would be absolutely thriving. But we played it right with FFP, whatever you think about our owners. And Daniel Levy, etc. So we're in a position now where we can spend quite a bit of money.
But we haven't.
And that is a nice feeling. I think we have. I don't want to be honest with you. We've argued about it. I don't want to go into it.
The only way I'll agree with you is if you go and drop 130 million on Evan Ferguson.
I don't think,
because
you get he's worth
the world, isn't it?
Or 130 million on Osherman.
TJ, you keep saying that, but it's not about the money. The players who brought in Madison, it's worth that amount for me already. And we got in for cheaper. That is good recruitment. It's not about money.
Oh my God.
It really is.
You're missing the point.
You're going off money, and then you're Chelsea. Chelsea, I'm going to use again. Mudryk, Enzo Fernandez. They're wasting money. You can't sit and go, we haven't spent 135 million, so I'm going to call that Daniel Levy, because the recruitment, the Madison, Vicario, Van der Ven. Name me any other club who've got players like that that are influential to the system.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. But I get simply Ace. It's the same pattern as Poch. But what I'm trying to say, Harry, is if we're such a big club, with such a big club, we should be making big signings like Osimhen or of Evan Ferguson.
Madison's a big signing.
For me, those are statement signings. Like Madison,
they decided to move up into the new stadium for this.
Madison. Don't get me wrong. I love Madison.
Which is the right decision because it's a game changer, and that is why we're in a good position with FFP. I'm not going to get into the whole stadium debate. If you have half a brain cell, you realise that the money we've spent in the last 2 windows is in the new stadium, right?
We're trying to move into the stadium to bring us money, and you're not even going to spend the money. It makes no sense, man.
We've spent the money.
That stadium generates like, was it how many million each game? Something crazy. I was reading.
Bro, it fucking made people homeless. That's what that stadium done. Don't tell me nothing about
we did as much as we could have done in January. January's a tough window.
Not talking about January, Harry.
I got to talk about January because it's relevant to the point.
We're not talking about January though, Harry.
I'm talking about January. I'm going to bring it up. You can't sit here and go, I'm not happy with the recruitment, but you can't talk about January transfer window.
But we talk about the summer, and then you were like, I can't criticise Johnson, apparently.
Bro, you don't know. Harry doesn't know what he's talking about right now, bro.
Harry, Johnson.
Let me be honest with you.
No, I'm not listening to what you're saying.
You are twisting what I said. I said people being reactionary about Johnson. For me, it's working out.
It's not reactionary. You guys been playing for 2-3 years.
I can't hear when you're both talking at once either. So you have to decide between you who's going to talk first.
Brother, like, I can't lie to you, man. I'm
the same point that's in
argue like this, man. I'm too old to argue. I see it how it is, and I'll say it how it is, bro.
I give credit to the board and Daniel Levy where credit's due. I'm not one of these saddos that because I've said something in the past, I can't go back on it. Oh, I criticise Richarlison. I can't admit I was wrong. I was wrong about David Raya. You can admit when you're wrong.
Talking beer, I'm sorry. 50, 60 million nowadays only gets you a standard forward. So I don't call those big signings. I call those like mediocre ones. In terms of money spent, I'm talking like dropping like 90 to 150, 30 million.
I'm talking about the discussion
on one player, not on just like 2-3, Harry. We're talking like big money on 2-3 players. That's why I've mentioned Van Dijk and Alisson, because 80+ million on each of those players, right, fixed 2 of their issues. 2 players walked into that club.
But Vicario and Van de Ven has fixed our issues, and we've saved money. And for me, ultimately it's good. Van de Ven, I would much rather have than Van Dijk in this system because Van de Ven has the pace.
Right, cool.
I think suits the system more than Alisson does. So I think we've done super.
I want to know this. Cool. We were obviously known to be in for Raya, you know, and
yeah, we know that it didn't happen.
Yeah, cool. Would you be now he's not at our club, innit? But was that your first first choice? Yeah, thank you. Was that your first choice?
For me, it was Martinez, but I know he wasn't on the list.
I put my hands up. I put my hands up. I wanted David Raya. I thought the club should pay 40 million. Looking back on it now, I was completely wrong because I didn't know Vicario even existed.
Yeah, but you don't. I'm saying, Harry, if Raya came in, I'm talking theoretically here. If Raya came, hypothetically, right? If Raya came in and was like, rather than having this transition period that Vicario has had, he just walked in, and because of less pressure he's having Arsenal right now because of the Ramsdale situation, I'm not going to get into that. And he came in and he was like straight from the off, like
that's a fantasy.
No, how's it? Let me finish.
No, goalkeeper. Sorry, it doesn't happen. But what if I did? You can't look at it like that.
You know why I know it's not a fantasy? Because he was in good form before signing for Arsenal.
He was a Premier League goalkeeper.
We've got the better goalkeeper.
No, but we don't. I'm saying Harry.
Next point.
Right now, bro, you can't have these conversations with Harry because he only sees one viewpoint.
So you, TJ, and you get all sensitive about him and throw toys at the pram.
Don't do that.
We're not sensitive.
You know what? Listen, I could equally argue if we got Raya, it might not have been a big deal. I could equally argue if we got Capsoba in Van de Ven.
I hope you're joking because
Van de Ven might have not been needed. I could equally argue if we got Taliba, we might not have needed Radiju Gusin. I could equally argue that we've been chasing Madison for a long while.
But we didn't
finally ended up getting him.
Harry, we were chasing him for 8 years.
Yeah, okay, I get that. But it's what it is. We got him at a good price at a good time under the right manager. I don't care.
Okay, I'll give you an example, Harry.
I'm talking about price. 100 million is a place.
Let me finish.
Any player's mediocre unless we spend 100 million.
That's a false narrative. Let me finish. When we sold Ericsson, if the club had any balls, they would have dumped 80 million at Madison that window.
Madison, exactly.
We had to wait how many years
because
to
it was
get
too
Eric
expensive.
Madison?
Because it was too expensive, they decided to wait until.
Why are we talking about things that happened in the past? I don't get it. Why we're worried so much about the past? It's happened.
The past,
what's happening now. It's the past, though. What do you mean? It wasn't the past?
The past always predicts you. It has a bearing on the future, right? Yeah, it's like people repeat the same patterns. It's just life, isn't it?
Madison was a player we probably should have signed at Norwich. We didn't. Okay, we got him now. That's all that matters. Ivan Perisic, we should have signed a decade or two earlier. We didn't. So what? What? I'm not going to sit here crying about it.
Thank you. Simply Ace gets it.
Grow up. Seriously.
No, you're not understanding what we're trying to say.
I'm understanding what you're saying. I think
everybody gets it but Harry, though. You don't understand what we're trying to. The point we're trying to make.
We're talking about being.
I know the point you're making, but I think it's absolutely ridiculous. You're living in the past. You're not accepting the board have done well.
We're not living in the past.
You both know it deep down that they've done a good job, but you can't admit it.
How they've done a good job?
I've already said, listen, bro. I've already. No. You know what? You keep saying that we can't admit it. I've already said Daniel Levy has done a good job. I'm not sitting here and saying he's not.
No, but you're not understanding. You're sitting there and questioning the new stadium. Which is the reason we
110%. 110%. I have a personal grudge with that. Wait. I have a personal grudge with that.
You're both living in some kind of fantasy world.
Bro, listen, I have a personal grudge with that. You don't want to push me on the personal grudge. Because the personal grudge, I will end every single fact that you're going to bring out. I can just mention one thing. The stadium made more than 10 people homeless. Exactly. Done, dusted, and that's it. But you don't want to go down that route, because that route, I can even bring people on the camera.
That's an ethical route, yeah.
So
I can bring people on the camera and they will say it. You know what? When they were building the stadium, innit? Cool. You man want to get political, innit? Because you don't live in the ends, you don't know, innit? But I will tell you how it went down. Yeah?
I've been very clear about that.
Exactly.
Sorry?
So
you're into it.
Bro, I stated we built the new stadium to make us for our success.
Yeah.
So we can spend the money. So we could finance.
We haven't really spent the money though.
All right, cool. Okay, cool. You have a season ticket, bro?
Yeah, I have a season ticket.
Yeah, why is your season ticket so high? Why is your season ticket so expensive?
Because we play at the best stadium in the world to watch the best team in the world. You don't like it, don't play it. It should be lower, but we can't change that. Right at this moment in time, we can't change that.
To be honest,
it's my choice to pay it.
I have a
football club.
An emotional attachment to the club. Unfortunately, it's because I was bought for family, innit? It's just how it is. I don't have a choice.
That's the choice you've made. Yeah.
What about the shirts? Look at the shirt prices.
I walked into the shop. Yeah, I walked into the shop, and I remember when I was younger. I could buy a shirt for like 30 to 50 quid. I walked into the shop and I had a heart attack.
If you had the cost of living crisis and inflation, all kids
the shirts cost 100 quid.
Yeah, I know, but it's very similar in other club shops as well.
It's the same.
No, a shirt. Tottenham's merch is the most from last year. This was a quote from last year. I'm not too sure about this year now, but it was the top. It was first. So the shirts, the merchandise, the bears, the season tickets. We're paying the most for all of that nonsense. Yeah, we're paying the most.
The only one I give Tottenham every year is
Can I be honest with you? All prices of football shirts and things and football tickets, Fulham with Barney in the chat can relate to this and with his merchandise as well. It's probably way too high and they're ripping fans off, right? But we were talking about the new stadium. I wasn't talking about price.
Harry, if we're paying such high money, wouldn't you expect more than just top four?
Going forward, yes, but now manager's first season at the club where we've gone for a completely different we've reconstructed the recruitment team, the recruitment style, the investment style. the whole team, new stadium. You can't just sit here and go, we're going to win the league. You can't sit here and go, we're going to win the league in Postecoglou's Cookie's first season. You know that.
Jesus
you
Christ.
know that.
Harry, we've made this new stadium, right?
I hear you.
We've made this new stadium, right? And we're still following the same transfer model we've followed for the past 20 years before that.
But you said we changed our model.
And we're making more money on top of that.
You spent the first 25 minutes of the show talking about how we've adopted a Brighton model. So which one is it?
It was a debate. I was asking you if you think it was going to work. There's a very big difference.
No.
But the Brighton model basically is the same model as before.
Wait, so look. That even just shows we're going cheap. Because we've adopted the Brighton model, so now we're not even going to spend the money.
I'm going to keep contributing.
Harry, the Brighton model, the reason I brought this up is because we're playing Brighton, yeah? But the Brighton model is basically a copy of the old Spurs model we used to do under Martin Joel back in 2006.
I can't comment because I didn't watch Spurs.
Yeah,
so
I'm just telling you history, right?
You can tell me.
We used to play young English players, right? Like Michael Carrick, Jermaine Genius, Aaron Lennon, and I'm not saying they were bad players, by the way. But what happened to most of them? They were made superstars. Carrick left after 2 years. He was sold to Man United. Lennon, unfortunately, didn't for his potential. And yeah, he did a good 10 years at Spurs, but he never meant his thing. But in those time periods, 2006, we won one trophy between 2006 and now. So this model only got us so far, and we've adopted the same transfer policy. So what I'm trying to say, Harry, is building this new stadium, which by the way, been in for 5 years now, not just like 1 year. Right? So patience for me is gone with this whole stadium thing. So and on top of the £100 shirts, £123 for elite shirt, by the way, among other crazy prices in that Spurs shop, which is why I never buy anything when I go.
And the fucking NFL concert and the Lady Gaga, the boxing, the F1 that they're just releasing.
Lady Gaga, who else? I'm sorry,
it's
Beyonce.
More of a business than a football club, isn't it? It's Beyonce. More of a business than a football club. So we're never going to go in that direction. I'm sorry to say, if we're going to focus on...
We've had this waiting period, right? It's been 4 or 5 years yet. And tell me Ange is this new manager. And I'm not... Look, like I told you, if he drops like 120 million on like an Osimhen or a Ferguson, I'll be like, yes, we've changed. But do I see Spurs ever doing that under Levy? No, I don't. Because for me, that would be a Kane replacement, right? And this is coming from someone, Harry, who really likes Richarlison, by the way. And obviously, like you know, has defended him for ages. And we're getting something out of him, right? But let's be real, like an Osimhen will walk into the team ahead of him. And that would be like a statement signing. That's a proper statement signing.
Wait. But let's get it correct. The standard should be, in my opinion, we've just lost Kane. It should be an Osimhen. It should be even... It's a bit harsh to say Ivan Toney, but it should be the type of players.
Personally, but anyway, I know why people say it.
Yeah, personally, I don't. I don't think he will suit us, but I don't even think he's.
I see what you're saying.
He's a bit overrated.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, it should be, but this is my point. It should be them players. Them players should be our standard, but we're stuck with Timo Werner.
Because let's be honest, Werner, despite me, it's like and you can go watch this back, Harry.
Do we have to go over
you can go watch it back?
No,
you can go watch this back, and I said it was going to be
no.
Low risk.
You can go watch us back.
Yeah.
And me and Haz said Timo Werner would be a good signing.
Yeah, and I agree.
But my point is this: it still stands.
It's still a gamble.
Is Timo Werner our level? No, he's not.
Who else did you sign in January? Because there's hardly anyone available. No club done business.
Anybody else but Timo Werner, because Timo Werner's not.
Has the pace, can play multiple positions, great impact in games.
Harry,
honestly can't get it.
And this comes from someone, by the way, he's played multiple positions. Just because you play multiple positions doesn't mean you're good.
I didn't say that.
No, because I'm just saying again. Every point you make comes with a caveat. Oh, he can play multiple positions.
No, it's the first player I mentioned who played multiple positions.
No, you said Richarlison, you said Johnson.
I said Richarlison and Johnson are versatile. I didn't say multiple positions.
But that implies they play multiple positions. Otherwise, why would they not be versatile? I'm just saying.
To be honest with you, it's all about opinions. But I'm happy. I get told all the time I can't be happy with enjoying watching my football club. And you've got to be sad.
We didn't say that. Oh my God, we're not saying that.
Again, I never said you did. I never said you did. I never said you said that.
We didn't say you should go home and be like, don't be happy. Oh my God.
I didn't say.
I'm just saying the levels of the players that are probably not on the correct level.
You didn't even let me finish. You didn't even let me finish. I was saying generally football fans, which I was going to say, you didn't let me get onto. Please, come on. Be professional. I was trying to say that they don't give me.
It was actually a good debate. But anyway, finish what you said.
Today's not. Today's really not. But what I was going to say is that look, I get told by a lot of fans that I can't enjoy watching my football club. I can't enjoy looking forward to the future. I get told a lot of times. I think we're doing very well at the moment. But we haven't discussed Brighton yet. I never said you did. I
just think we could be better.
Because it's related to our argument. You can't be happy and you can't enjoy your football club.
I'm so confused as to what you're trying to say at this point.
Yeah, now you know how I feel.
I'm just arguing, Harry. We moved to the stadium. It's been 5 years. If things have really changed, we're not doing a different transfer policy, which we disagree that we're not. We all agree that we're not doing a different transfer policy because Brighton policy is basically the same as the old Joel policy, which is.
Can we just bring up this comment from Tom, because Tom is absolutely spot on, and we haven't given any credit to the chat so far. So if you can pin Tom's comment, the last one, please. Tom is absolutely spot on. We've done so much in a short period of time in terms of 2 windows. You'll be expecting too much.
Harry, aside from the fact that every signing was a success, I pointed out 2 or 3 signings weren't.
So you've got nothing to argue my point. You just got back to something I said from the first day. He's like,
then you said things are going to change. Not things are going to change, but things are going to be different. Yeah. So we all gave examples as why we don't think things won't be different because of the same transfer policy as previous years. Yeah. And I said to you, I would believe you if we went and bought 120 million on Evan Ferguson or Osimhen, because that for me is like a statement sign, especially to replace Harry Kane.
But you can't do that in Ange's first 2 windows on top of the.
Why can you not do that? Because in
the summer he might have not been available in January. He just wasn't optional in January.
You're telling me Brighton would have spent 150 million for Evan Ferguson or 130 million for Evan Ferguson?
Well, you take a huge risk with doing that. You wait till the summer. We don't need a striker now. The priority, you said it has. The priority going into this window is to get centre back, and we've done that. You said anything else you'd be happy with.
Actually, no, I listed the left back as well.
You did, yeah. We didn't get a left back, but you wanted a striker as well. 150 million.
I didn't want a striker, actually. I wanted a winger. But
yeah, I get told my mentality is the problem. Yeah, we don't spend 150 million. We're a small club. Come on.
You're missing the point.
We spent the money. The recruitment's been good. I don't want to splash 150 million on Evan Ferguson, who I haven't even seen, who hardly kicked a ball for Brighton this season. He's second behind He's behind Danny Welbeck.
What?
Come on.
You just compare Evan Ferguson to Danny Welbeck.
In the Brighton team, he's behind them at the moment. Yo, Pedro is the number 1 striker.
Only like 20 or something.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah, but United went and bought Wayne Rooney when he was really young, and we all know what happened to Wayne Rooney. Because City look at Ferguson already because they look at him as this is what I'm saying about previous planning, right? Yeah, look at him as a replacement maybe for Haaland when he goes to Real Madrid in a year or 2. So, and Osimhen's another name I mentioned because Osimhen has a release clause of 130 million. So
I don't think he's worth that.
Yeah, but he walks into our team, Harry.
Bro, I'm just going to go back to the same thing.
I'm the one who's defending Richarlison for ages. Yeah.
I feel like all the players we bought, we could do.
Honestly, Harry, when Kane had been sold in the summer, people talk about possible replacements. Obviously, we didn't sign anyone in the end as a replacement, really. Some people may argue Johnson, but Johnson's not really a striker. So, and a lot of people mentioned Osimhen, but let's be honest, everyone was saying Levy wouldn't go out and spend whatever the cost was for Osimhen. I can't remember, 150 million, 130 million. Yeah, so here we are. This is why we're having this debate. But this will start from the Brighton thing. So,
man, I'm just getting too stressed out, man. I need to cream my face, man.
Right, we'll move on because I'll never get to talk about the game.
Oh, bro. God, and we didn't get to even speak about the Everton thing, though.
Yeah. He's finished.
Too late.
Them just finished. No,
it's not. No, it's not. No, what was your opinion? What was you saying? You were last on Haz. You were saying something about the Everton thing.
Yeah, like I thought we would draw because I just thought. I mean, their biggest strength is our biggest weakness: set pieces. Their biggest strength is set pieces.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think that is? Do you feel like we don't protect the goalkeeper? Protect the goalkeeper.
So
that's what I think it is. Yeah.
The City game. Obviously, they targeted Vicario. They just copied what they did again. That's basically what it was.
It's going to happen for the rest of the season.
Unfortunately, Vicario his biggest weakness is actually corners. And I remember before obviously when I was reading about him before, we actually got him, or when he signed, whatever. He was one of my worries, actually. I know you'd have to watch back an old stream about that.
But you know what? You know what? But I saw a freeze frame. I can't remember. I think it was Henry Wright posted it on his Twitter. You know, the first goal that we conceded. I don't know why the screenshot was like that in it, and why I saw so many players. But I don't know what's happening to the zonal marking.
We should be doing zonal marking. I don't know why we're doing zonal marking.
But in that, I wish I could pull it up in it.
Yeah.
But they were like 6 people in front of Vicario. There was like 3 or 4 people behind, not behind, but beside Vicario. And not Brighton, Everton had 1 or 2 people. And it just looked like they wasn't marking their players. And I don't know, like something's clearly gone wrong.
Yeah.
Something's clearly gone wrong with like our set piece plays or like our defending in the box. I do feel like we need to protect Vicario, and I still believe that he's adapting to the Prem, because you need to understand as well. It's his first year as well, so he's still adapting, he's still learning, and he's still understanding the physical aspects of playing in the Prem. However, he also needs to be criticised as well, because he needs to be a bit stronger, to be totally honest with you. And again, I feel, this is just my opinion, someone like Romero, with his aggressive nature, he should be demanding that box. He should be telling the players to protect him. Because you can't get pushed and allow it. You know, I would rather see a red card happen in that scenario. Do you understand where I'm coming from? A bit of aggressive nature. It might sound crazy, but it seemed a bit weak.
I think it was a bit better in the second half. I thought he came out a bit more and dealt with the set pieces a bit better. But then my dad really heavily criticised Vicario on the second goal because he thought his reactions were too slow. But I think the second one was maybe a tad harsh because Romero had the header and then it was kind of like happened, I imagine, quite quick in real time. But I don't know. I can see where he was coming from in the sense that Vicario could have run out earlier. I don't know, but
I don't know, man. But
he stays on his line and set pieces. He doesn't come out most of the time.
I feel like that's our biggest improvement. Not improvement. We need to improve on that really quickly and generally kick that out of our system, even if it is in our system or in our nature. Because look, it's happened. It's kind of been exploited twice now, and what I don't want to happen for it to be a regular occurrence. Do you get where I'm coming from? You know. Yes, it's happened once and it's happened twice. Now they need to just do some defensive drills.
Do you think we should change the marking? Because I don't like the zonal marking personally. I mean, it's not my thing.
Bro, you know that screenshot I was talking about? I wish I could pull it up. I don't know, bro. You know what? Even the Brentford one, you know, Tottenham away posted something in it, and one of the corners Johnson was marking Ivan Toney.
What?
In a corner. What? Yeah, in a corner. I don't understand that, bro. I don't understand who's setting it up, and like, I don't know. Look, again, it's just a criticism, but I do generally believe we're very weak in set pieces. But for me, I feel like they need to train on that. You know, they definitely need to improve, because we seem to be leaking too many goals from corners, you know. And I'm not
zonal marking for me. I think they need to pick. You know when they do the pre-match stuff in training for the whole week. Surely he needs to set up and say, look, from the corners or set pieces, you're marking this guy, you're marking that guy, not this zonal. Because maybe with Johnson, he was in that zone, as they say. So maybe he had to just pick his nearest man.
Again, I don't know. Look, again, I don't know, but we do. I'm only watching it from my TV, so I can only take it from a pinch of salt, and it is a big problem. It seems like it's a massive problem, and it's reoccurring. One thing, I don't know, man. Who does our set pieces? Do you know?
Do we have a set piece coach? Am I wrong?
I don't know, bro. I don't know who's in charge of all of that.
No, we do have a set piece coach. We do have a set piece because remember we had that record at the start of the season from scoring from set pieces or corners.
But I reckon wasn't it last season?
Was it last season?
Scoring?
Yeah. Not really scoring. I'm more concerned about defending. Defending from set pieces is more of my concern because it's very, very, very vulnerable. We see that maybe it's the setup, maybe it's the way we've like lined up. I don't know, but I'm not confident whenever you have like a in swinger or something to like, even like a long free kick and it's like an in swinger. I'm not confident.
No, I agree. It's horrible as a Spurs fan to go through that.
Okay.
Ryan Mason. Wait.
Yeah, apparently it's Mason.
So Ryan Mason is our set piece specialist, right?
That's what this is saying in the chat, yeah.
Maybe he needs to like, I don't know.
And he's saying Mason does the defensive ones. Who does defensive one?
Not
really, Colin. You know me well enough not to think we're doing the 2-1 argument. I just say Mason does the attacking one, apparently.
So don't we have a defensive?
Do we not have a defensive?
If it's Ryan Mason, I'll just have to say like you need to like fuck up your like ideas in a sense. Not in a rude way, but I mean like
pull him
seems to be a big issue.
If it was me there, I'd match them. So I'd get the team sheet or possible team sheet of the opposition before the game. Yeah, obviously, whatever information you have, and I say, okay, on the corners, you're standing here, you're marking this guy, you're marking this guy. Wherever he goes, you follow him. So at least you have the height set around the same because you kind of know who's going to be standing there most likely.
But if it's zonal, like what I was saying,
if it's zonal, then you stand in the zone.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
But if it's zonal, look again, I'm just laying it with a pinch of salt. Maybe that's the problem.
No, I actually agree on this. But anyway, not that's all. But
wait, what happened? I just got muted.
Huh?
The thing just muted me. Yeah, no.
I think you're on mute, TJ.
I can hear him.
Am I still on mute?
Can you?
I can hear TJ.
Oh yeah. I can hear you, bro.
Oh, I can hear you now. Hello.
Yeah. No. What I was saying, if it's zonal, if it's zonal, for me, I believe that there's a big problem. We need to change it then. But again,
I agree with you, TJ, man. I hate zonal marking. I've always hated zonal marking. I think it's a ridiculous concept. I think you need to mark a man every corner.
I don't really get why you would do it.
It's a very European thing, I think.
But what do you get out of zonal marking?
I'll tell you. Zonal's really good with counter-attacking football. So when you want to like jump on a break, jump on the break. Like to poof up.
Yeah, I agree. But it's no good if you're not marking a player and goes and scores. It's
It's one
of those things I don't understand in football.
No, the whole concept is obviously to the nearest player to get the ball. From what I'm out again, I might be wrong again. Someone can quote, but with what I've been told, the nearest player to get the ball and it's quick 1, 2, 3 counter attack basically. That's why I don't know if a lot of teams do zonal, but they seem to implement zonal marking.
Not a lot.
Well, we're the only team.
But whose fault is it then? Is it this coach?
I think it's Ryan Mason, but then I would have to also blame Ange because he's just sitting there and letting it happen.
Yeah.
Can I just say something? Because very quickly before we move on about Vicario and obviously what we've seen with City with the incident where they score. Brentford they tried it, didn't score, and Everton did score. So for me, firstly, City Vicario has to be stronger because he decides to punch before he catches there.
Yeah. But he didn't even punch it. He kind of flapped at it.
He kind of flapped, but if you look at it before there's any contact, he's already made his mind. He's going like that. You don't catch like that, do you? So that was that. But for me, I blame at the moment because this is an issue for me. It's going to continue throughout the season. Ange's got to instruct the players to protect Vicario. So because someone on the far post, on the back post, which there doesn't seem to be at the moment. And if we are zonal marking, then scrap that. But also, as someone who plays football myself, a bit of common knowledge would be to protect your goalkeeper from a set piece. Vicario, for me, I love him, but some people have been telling me, for example, his only weakness before Empoli was the fact of catching. So, and it looks like it's now been identified. So, okay, so we know of that. In defenders, for me, you've got to use common sense. You've got to you've got to protect your goalkeeper and stop players like we saw with Everton. Jack Harrison literally pushing him off the ball. So our players need to use a bit of common sense.
More
back to the manager.
I'm not saying fouling, but as in,
I think he was in the second half. Everton obviously stopped it for me to a degree, but Vicario was also a lot stronger and he's a lot more confident. But generally, for me, players need to step up and look, our goalkeeper's been great. For me, Vicario's probably saved us 8-9 points this season. Some of the saves that he's made, I think, has been absolutely huge. I really, really like it.
Yeah, no, he's been really good. I think
that's something we can all kind of agree on. But I think his one weakness is catching, but that's down to the players to protect him from that. I got told with Marlon, it's something that can't be worked on. I don't quite get that.
I
think
in what sense? In what sense, though? Do you mean like
something that you can't be worked on?
Marlon told me that Vicario can't improve his catching, and I had a lengthy debate with him. I completely disagree with Marlon because I think there's.
Why can't you?
He couldn't give me a valid reason. If you're listening to Marlon,
Marlon, brother, why can't you improve on Why?
Everton action show. I got told that it's something that Vicaria's not.
Was it the post match last week that you were on? Was it?
Yeah, you go back and have a look. And me and Justin were absolutely.
I saw a bit of it. I saw a bit of it. I was in the chat.
Me and Justin couldn't get our heads around it and the thinking behind it.
Why? But why can't you though? Bro, that's the weirdest comment I've ever heard.
There we go.
You know, look, again.
What's the point of training? And then he's not going to train how to catch the ball or something. He's a goalkeeper.
But he basically said none of it's on Vicario. I was like, hang on a minute, who's conceding the goals? I love Vicario, but who's letting it in the back of his net? You can't say he's innocent. I'm not going to say it's full blame on him. You can't say someone's letting goals in, it's not their fault.
Harry, what was the concept when he said that? What was the actual concept?
Did he just make a statement? Did he just make a statement?
Yeah, no, he just said, for me, it's not a Vicario. It's a weakness. It's something you can't really improve on. He's not good at catching. That's something that's not going to change. Along those lines. I was like, hang on a minute. You can work on that. Hang on, I'm a sports leader, right? And let's say, I don't know, I teach year 8. If someone's not good at catching, I spend more time with them catching. I don't today. Someone who struggled with rallying in badminton. By the end of the session, they were very, very good at it. And that was talking 35, 40 minutes.
So we get Harry on set pieces then, basically.
I'm only like making up a scenario in my head. Again, I don't want to say this is what he meant by it. Yeah. I could kind of agree with Marlon on a certain extent if he said he can't improve on the catching if the players are in front of him not doing their job correctly.
No,
example,
he didn't say that.
I could understand where he's coming from because you can't just run out and catch the ball. But then again, that's weird for him to say he can't improve catching because catching is one of the main things you have to
do
while
improve on in football. It is catching and in sport. Catching is the number one thing.
As a goalkeeper, it is his main priority to catch. And I know to save and all of that, but to catch is like the pop. I'm talking about catch the ball.
Yeah,
you know, it's one of the main aspects of a goalkeeper. So it's a bit weird for him to say that. But again, it's context. Context is really important because
there's no context with it, sadly.
Just saying it
perhaps a random comment or something because you're talking about the goal or something.
We're talking about the goal, and he just said, "Before I go to you, for me, it's not his fault." I was like,
how can it not be his fault though? He's the goalkeeper.
I was like, okay, I get it if you're going to fully blame him. And for me, be honest with you, the majority of the blame is on Ange and the players. But you can't say Vicario's. That's like, I don't know, a player missing an open goal.
Okay, wait. Sorry. You know what? What match was you talking about? This?
I'll put you 2-2.
Oh, okay, cool. I understand what he's talking about. Okay, cool. I'm not going to say it like how he said it.
But we talked about Man City as well. He went back and he said that he can't catch.
It's not his fault, you know why? He probably said it. It's not his fault, you know why? Because the defense has to be there to protect him.
Stronger, yeah.
Right? So now, if the defense is not protecting him, Again, I can't even mark that argument, man. That argument is a bit bullshit. Sorry, man. Marlon, you're on your own with that. I tried to save you, bro. Bro, you have to catch it, bro. Bro, just body him. You know what? Look,
do you remember Gomez?
You know what?
Gomez used to catch it, I remember.
I used to play football back in the day, innit, yeah? Wait, why does he need protecting if it's his fault?
What?
No, we're discussing. You said it's Marlon, yeah?
Yeah,
if this Marlon. Is Marlon. You said, quote unquote, from Harry, it's not his fault. He can't improve on catching. Is that what he said? Yeah. Yeah, quote unquote. That's what you just. So we're trying to decipher what you're trying to say. Because for me, as a goalkeeper, catching is the main attribute. Well, one of the main attributes.
What I will say from Marlon, though, is I agree with him that for me, the majority of the blame has to be on the players. But we can't sit here and go Vicario's innocent. I love him. But against City, I don't know what you two guys think, but I think that's not a foul at all for me. I think there's no...
I didn't think it was a foul. No way.
Yeah, I think it's poor goalkeeping. You have to be stronger. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 100%.
He did, yeah. But according to Marlon, that was... not.
You know what? Look, let me be honest with you. It might sound crazy and it might sound extreme, but I'm saying this. I wouldn't even care if he decided to throw a hand at the player, bro. You know, and get a red card in that situation because you're coming to man like, you know, me, maybe I'm from the hood, innit? If someone was to like put me in, I'm gonna be like, what?
I think it's 27.
Wait, hold on 1 minute. Vicario definitely has to be stronger. Harry, do you like black men twerking?
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I got hooked into reading that, bro. No, I was trying. Okay, it's weakness. It's weakness. It's weakness.
What I just read.
He is 27 years. He's 27. Why has he not improved in catching?
What? I thought he was younger than that. What?
Yeah, but
I was younger.
But I still don't. You know, I don't. Can I be honest with you? Maybe okay. A lot of people are going to disagree with me.
Yeah, Brian. I'm
going to put myself out there. Yeah, I'm going to put myself out there. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I'm going to put myself out there. I don't agree on players can't improve because they're at a certain age.
Yeah, agree.
I don't agree with that point. That point is very weak. Very weak.
Especially
you learn to adapt. One thing I would say, you learn to adapt. Okay, maybe you might not improve on catching, but what you do learn to do, look at all these players that are playing plus 30. They might not have the legs to run. Give example. Let's give someone an example. A Cristiano Ronaldo, for example, or a Harry Kane, for example. They might not have the legs to do the running work, but they put themselves in good positions. Cool. Now going back to goalkeeping. Bro, that's a vital skill. Just catching it, bro. Just catching, bro. That's a vital skill. I'm not hearing that he can't improve catching. Catching is your instincts. Because if he can't improve in catching, then we don't have a good goalkeeper. It might sound extreme, innit? Yeah, but that's a fundamental skill you learn from the age of 5. How to catch a ball, bro.
Goalkeeper's job.
Yeah, 100%, bro. That's like the main attribute that a goalkeeper has to like know how to do. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Does he have another stream?
I don't know. He didn't.
Probably lagged out, innit?
Oh,
but
right.
he probably lagged out, probably. But no, I'm not hearing that. Look, I think it's a very weak argument to say he's 27 years old and he can't improve. I feel like he can adapt. No, he can catch. His weakness is corners. But okay, cool. If that's again, you have to learn to adapt.
But I think, like, I'm saying I agree with Marlon, but these European keepers, I mean, historically, a lot of them not good catching.
Hold up, Harry, your mic is doing the most. Your mic is like really loud, bro.
Well, mine.
Yeah, we can hear. Okay, now it's gone. What have you done there? It's gone now.
I haven't touched anything.
bro. It's loud, isn't it? It's like it's got echo.
Can you still hear it?
We can still hear the echo when you talk.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry, what was you saying? No, Haz, what was you saying?
Oh, I'm saying as in some ways I can agree with him in the sense that a lot of these European keepers, they can't really. Normally, their catching is not good. They stay on their line a lot. The English keepers, not all English keepers, but in general, team players who learn their trade in England for a longer period, they improve because it's more physical to go out and catch the ball.
But Marlon's just said that. That's exactly what I was trying to tell you. You said the weakness can't be improved on. Have you flip-flopped? I told you that Vicario's weakness, and you said it can't really be worked on. Yeah, exactly. I think Andrew worked with him on being clinical. Timo Werner. I think Werner can improve on that.
But then with your argument, Marlon, listen, it's great, crazy that I'm going to say that, but then technically speaking, we've got a dud as a goalkeeper.
And whose fault was that?
He's meant to be our future. Think about it. With that comment right there, you've basically said, okay, this is his limitation. He's not our mainstay in goalkeeper. Like, okay, again, maybe it's just one area, but for me personally, I think he can improve. I believe with time, and remember, you also have to hold fire with it because they're still learning the system. They're still like understanding what Postecoglou wants to implement as well, you know. So all of these things are coming into context in it, you know. So maybe he's weak right now. Maybe he gets better, you know. So that's what a good coach does. He sees their weakness and he improves on it, you know. So he really and truly, and from the games that we've seen, if Ange hadn't noticed, we've all noticed that Vicario is very weak.
That's just like it could have been any goalkeeper, and he's protecting from corners.
But listen, he needs protected, but he also needs to work on it. It's a combination of both.
I'm not being. I know when I said we have a dud. I'm just counteracting what he said, didn't it? With that statement,
if he's saying he can't improve on the corners, which is our weakness, then we have a dud with a goalkeeper because
we have a dud as a goalkeeper. We have a rubbish, not a rubbish goal, but in terms of that's going to be always our problem. And then we're going to always concede through corners. And then so this is what I'm trying to say. Good call.
The goalkeeper was better at defending corners, but anyway.
Yeah, so this is what I was about to say. Again, I think it's too soon for us to put a claim that he is actually poor at corners. We've seen him struggle, but a good coach will obviously see his weaknesses and hopefully Ange can see it and improve it. But then again, it's not Ange that is doing the set pieces. Again, it's Ryan Mason. And I'm not qualified to say Ryan Mason is not there, but clearly it's in his field and we're clearly failing defensively through corners.
Talking bit, it's Marlon in the chat. It's not us.
But he can improve. Who's saying that he cannot improve? I have not heard this from any of you guys. No, we're talking to Spurs Kings TV, Marlon.
Yeah, it's not us saying it.
So bro, they take everything literal, bro.
Yeah,
literal, bro. On a serious note, man, I have to make. I'm not saying Vicario's a dud, did it? I was just counteracting his point and saying, by him saying that means we've bought a dud, didn't it? We've not bought the full package.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a debate.
Then it will go back to my point. Yeah, you know, if that's what we done, then it go back to my point. Why didn't we go for Raya?
And pay more money and get Raya. Yeah, but yeah, that's another
exactly. Get a better quality. You see my point? That's how I work, man. I work through.
No, but I think Vicario is better for the way that we kind of play. I think he's.
But we just said that we're weak on corners.
Huh?
We just agreed that.
Yeah, but a weakness can be worked on. I think Raya has loads of weaknesses. Personally, I think we've got the better goalkeeper. We've discussed this for ages.
Sorry, fellas, I'm driving and trying to keep up with the chat and everything. Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Are we moving on to Brighton and thoughts going into it and lineup?
Before we go on to that, Saab, Basuma, Son, what is he going to say about them players?
They're all coming back, innit? So, do you see any of them starting tomorrow, TJ?
Okay, so to be fair, you know what? I could see Saar starting.
Yeah, because he came back.
Basuma, I think it's a bit too soon, innit? He just come back with malaria, innit? Or gangrene or something like that, you know?
No, it's malaria. You're right. It was malaria. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. What? Yeah, gangrene. What did I make up? I made that on the spot, innit? Yeah. Yeah. So, and then Son, I'm not too sure. Look, again, I think he won't start, but then we're gonna play for. He's gonna see some minutes, but I think it's gonna be after half time or something like maybe 70. Or if we're losing, we'll might chuck him on or something, or I don't know.
But hopefully we won't be losing. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Harry, who did you see any of them starting? I think Saul will probably start, but Basuma and Son, do you think it's too soon for Son? Because obviously we spoke about Werner. I mean,
yeah. For me, Saul starts without a doubt. Oh God. For me, Saul starts without a doubt. What are these questions? But yeah, Saul starts without a doubt, and I think Basuma will be on the bench, and I think we probably find Son on the bench as well. But out of the two, out Basuma and Son for me is more likely to start. But I think they'll both be benched. Again, it says we look at who's more likely to make the match day squad out Basuma and Son. Again, it would be Son. I think Son's ahead of Basuma. Obviously, Basuma had malaria, etc. So I don't think he'll get that many minutes, if any. But yeah, I expect Sarr to start. So it's quite nice to have that options to kind of turn to on the bench. Yeah, I think it's quite nice.
I think he might chuck. I have a feeling he might chuck Son straight back in.
Yeah, over who though? That's the question. Yeah, like for me, I would obviously.
Richarlison will start. I think 100%. It's just which either side.
Over Werner.
Huh?
Over Werner. So you're gonna say you're gonna put Son on for Werner?
No. I mean, he might even try Son on the right or something. I don't know, because our right hand side is our weakest side. I mean,
so what? We're gonna drop Johnson. Is that what you're
I mean, he might drop Werner or Johnson. I think he'll either of the two.
You know what? Yeah,
I think it's worth giving Son a go on the right because our right hand side is so weak. Like,
and then play Werner
on the left, yeah, and Richarlison on the right. Just try it. So Richarlison in the middle.
Yeah, we could do that. I believe we need.
That's what I
see. It's difficult, bro. You know what? Yeah, because again, I don't want. It might sound crazy, but I'm still trying to see if Johnson can get the ball going. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, and I don't want to drop him forever. Because ideally, if we do drop him, that means he's dropped forever.
Forever?
When I say forever, I mean like he's not first choice anymore,
Yeah, but we all me and you were saying before that we didn't think he would even be a first choice.
Yeah, but his confidence is so low right now. You know how much that will shatter him.
I know, but
these type of players.
At the same time, though, TJ, like, what do you do? Best for the player or best for the team? I don't know.
These type of players are based on confidence, And look, as you can see, Richarlison, for example, he's based on confidence.
I'd probably play this team, Tom's team. Vicario, Porro, Romero, Van de Ven, Dogi, Saar, Benteke, Maddison.
Yeah, I agree. If it's possible, I'll play that team.
And what about? Okay, cool. Wait, I don't want to stir the pot. Bendencourt. You think he should start?
I think he keeps his place. Yeah, I think he keeps his place for now, TJ. But he's one of those that you go if he doesn't improve his performance, he's taken out of the team. I want to be kind of patient because he's come back from 2 and 1 in particular very major injury. So I want to give him a chance. But for me, it hasn't been great. But nor is Kulusevski. So I think we're talking about 2 players here that could easily find themselves dropped or could easily find themselves start. Johnson again, has he been good enough? So there's a lot of players at this moment in time that we're going, are they good enough to make this team or not?
Is that our downfall that we didn't get a midfielder?
Can I be honest? All jokes aside, we're going into the window wanted a backup centre back, like Hauser said. If we can get a backup left back, or we can get someone like a winger, like a Werner, then great. But I'm personally going to say no, TJ. unless you're saying to me that we get Skip out the door and replace him with Gallagher, absolutely that would be the right thing to do. But in terms of when they're fully fit, I love the midfield options we've got in terms of Maddison, Bentancur, Basuma, Stark, etc. Kulusevski can play there. And Conor Gallagher would have suited the system perfectly. So it's one of those, TJ, for me, that you don't bring anyone in unless you can get anyone out. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because otherwise you get an overload, midfield overload, and that could cause tension, that kind of thing in the dressing room. So I think we have a lot of midfield options, but someone like Conor Gallagher, I still, because Chelsea obviously need to sell, etc., as we constantly see in reports as we speak. So if we can get Conor Gallagher, that'd be great. Someone who suits the system.
True. No. I totally agree with what you said. What about you, Harry? What's your has?
Yeah,
Harry has. Both same, man. Yeah, has. Well, do you think it's our downfall that we didn't get a midfielder? Do you agree with what Harry's saying?
Well, our downfall was not getting a midfielder, or
because I'm at a stance where
I don't think it was a necessity. I think if Højbjerg was sold, Skip was sold, we needed someone. But
because I'm at a stance where I'm a bit in the middle because look, the qualities. Look, I don't wait. Was I on stream with you? Did I mention this about Skip?
Yeah, you did.
He's a perfect person. Cool. Okay, cool. The reason why. Okay, cool. Let me just give the context in it. I had a conversation with a work colleague, and he actually opened my eyes up. And I was actually originally sitting there and saying we need to sell Skip, get better. You know, it's so important to refresh the squad, get better from that player. We can always improve, right? And he said to me, Skip is the perfect person to be a bench option. You know, you won't get a better player of better value, ideally. Look, let's be honest with you, because Skip is happy. He seems like he's happy to be third or fifth fiddle or wherever he is down the pecking order. You know, and he does end up getting, I would say, because of injuries, regular game time, right? I believe, and now I've kind of changed my kind of stance on it. I believe Skip should stay more than Højbjerg. Because originally I was the other way around. I was Højbjerg offers something different, but we're not going to get a player that's going to want to sit on the bench and be happy with limited game time. And be at and when I say decent level, I know his level is not there, but be at a level capable of Skips.
I mean, we've got a lot of midfielders, and Tom's right. We've got a lot of overload in that midfield. It's nice options to have, but we don't want to be getting to the point where there's too many options. And I look at someone, we skip on Højbjerg, but in particular Højbjerg, right, and go, I think the reason we should keep him, right, and this is something Ange has to bear in mind, a bit of flexibility. We're winning a game. For me, there's no one who I'd want more to see out a game than Højbjerg, who has the experience and the know-how. And I think that's kind of, you look why, for me, he's a lot better coming on than starting because he's good at seeing out a game. So I like what I see from Højbjerg. I personally keep him, but out of Højbjerg and Skip probably have to shift one. Skip's homegrown's probably more likely to stay. But what do you reckon, Has?
I'm kind of with TJ on this now, actually. I think because of the homegrown thing, Skip has an advantage, and of course because of his age. So, and Højbjerg actually wants to go, so he's going to be the first one to go, I think, anyway.
But Højbjerg, for me, is who's going to put the money in, or they're going to wait to see his contract done?
Well, he's got 18 months, I think. So
I personally think he'll leave on a free. I think he'll leave on a free.
He'll stay another year, you think, after next season?
Yeah, I think he'll leave on a free. He sees contract out.
I think it'll be biased for him.
Look, he can control the ball under pressure because Højbjerg and Skip can't. Yeah, but then in an ideal scenario, okay, cool. Skip is homegrown. Who are you going to replace?
Gallagher is the one that comes to me, but will he be happy to sit on the bench?
Exactly, and that's the problem. Whereas
it's funny, you put your Tottenham bias to the side, you're playing every single game and arguably being Chelsea captain majority of the time to go to sitting on Tottenham's bench. You know, if we put our Spurs bias to the side and like if we didn't support a club, then you know who you go for in terms of minutes and the captain's armband.
But
you say the same as well.
You say that, but then also we're gonna have Europe. Well, fingers crossed we'll have Europe next season because that's my next question. So hopefully we'll get the game time because can't play the same team every game.
Alex Scott, see the only risk that Alex Scott for me causes is he's not again Skip is not prem proven either. You know, they're both like we're talking about the lowest of the barrels, right? But
I really liked Alex Scott on Bristol City, by the way. I made a big video on him. And for people who don't know, me and What's the Point FC, we have a bit of history. We don't get along that well, but I think he's right with this in terms of Alex Scott. I think it's maybe too late in terms of Bournemouth, but he's obviously scored the consolation against us and had a goal disallowed as well. For me, he just seems to have everything you want in a midfielder at such a young age. So I think we missed out on Alex Scott. Listen, I've been someone who's been very,
Harry,
I've been very high praising, haven't I? About the last two windows, we missed out.
I'll pause you for a minute. Yeah. Wait. I'm getting sick and tired of reading this guy's comments. Hey, Bella fan in it, yeah, bro. If you've got something better to do something better with your life, man. Stop coming on here and trolling, man. Because I've been quiet for a long while and I've been reading your comments and it's directed at Harry and listen on my panel. Well, it's not my panel. Well, these Harrys are my Harrys, isn't it? Bro, you messed about with one of them, you're gonna have to go for me. So if you have the balls in it, come for me in it. And stop targeting young Harry, man. Come on, let me be honest with you. And what you're saying is not really.
Is this really bad? I can't tell because it's a stream.
Bella fan 123.
No,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
On his channel because I'm moderator on this as well, but I don't know if it's on.
I think it's on mine, but it's not letting me access it for some reason. So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, man. I've seen a few comments from him, and I've kept it quiet. But let me be honest with you, like I've had enough in it, like of reading his nonsense in it. Like generally, like if you're gonna go for someone in it, yeah. I don't mind the tickly banter and all of that. Go for someone like me in it that can handle it and hold it down. You're going for a young fucking kid, bro. Yeah. Listen, he's a young man, bro. He's not even an adult, bro. If you're gonna go for someone, say something funny about me, man. Innit? Like I don't mind handling it, but don't talk your nonsense on there, bro. But back to football, bro. So I wanted to say that, bro, because I can't lie to you, it was pissing me off, innit? And I was meant to say something back then, innit? But bro, my head, I'm just reading the comments now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's on your one, I can't. Because if it was on what?
My moustache looks like water.
It's Harry's channel one. Yeah, because if it was on this one, I'm a moderator on this. I can go and do it, but I'm not. So I'm not.
Yes,
Harry's.
I've got an issue with my laptop at the moment. I'll sort that out later for future streams. But thank you, TJ.
Yeah, I didn't know you were doing it on both channels.
Yeah, dual stream.
We need to meet TJ and set that up.
Channel as well.
Yeah, it's on Harry's as well.
Oh, slid down.
So we're literally everywhere now.
Oh, you know what? I need to do that. I need to jump on and do that on my team as well.
Yeah, we just do it. Okay, how many can you do at once? Do you know?
We have to ask Marlon. He's a techie one.
Because we put all large channels at the same time.
When he's wearing that swimming hat on live stream.
He's done it. Bonnie's done it. So anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So I was going to quickly touch on something before we go into like a score prediction. Just very quickly because we are not actually fourth anymore. Villa at fourth. Can we finish in the top four this season? Because that's all we've got left. Harry,
you asked him.
Harry first.
If I'm being honest with you, I think we will get top four. I look at Aston Villa's performance against Chelsea, and I can't see. We're talking about a Villa team that, for me, have been lucky with injuries, and they've kept Watkins fit. They keep key players like Diaby, your Baileys, your Douglas Luiz, your players that really make Villa tick under Unai Emery, and a lot of it is down to the manager. Again, I think the recruitment's been good, but I think a lot of it is on Unai Emery. But I think it will start to fall apart. I think personally, Man United, I think will really kick on and catch us in the second half of the season and catch a lot of teams. I think we'll actually finish above Aston Villa in the end. So I think we will finish
4th.
Before the Arsenal-Liverpool game, I said 3rd because I thought we would slightly edgy over Arsenal, but Arsenal, for me, showed real resilience against Liverpool. So I'm going to lean towards 4th at this moment in time. I think Villa will fall apart to finish 6th or 7th at the end.
Okay. TJ?
You know what? The question is, can we finish 4th? And I believe we could finish in the top 4, let me be honest with you. But I'm not too fussed if we don't as well, because I know that it's a transitional period, But again, this is not me going back on my points. I believe we need to do better going forward, and hopefully next year we can push on and win something, But
make the next
really and truly, we need to build from anything above 8. In fact, anything above 8, I don't really care, to be totally honest with you, because it's an improvement from last season.
Yeah, no, I get where you're coming from.
I mean, for me, I'm with TJ in the sense that, like, we finished top 4 so many years. Like, I don't really care that much, to be honest. I don't really care. It ain't going to change anything, despite what people say, because we have been there before and nothing's changed. But do I think we're going to finish in top 4? I think we will. I think we'll finish 4th.
I just want I just want to make something clear. I just want my club to finally lift the trophy, man. I've watched this club. Look again, Harry. You've only watched it for maybe 4, 5 years, 6 years of good football. Yeah. I'm tired of watching this nonsense. I'm tired. I'm tired of us going through the same pattern every single other year, And I'm scared. Listen, I'm scared of having kids, because if my team don't lift the trophy and my kid grows up, how can I tell him to support Tottenham? I'm giving him a good service.
At least with my dad, like the year, obviously I was born in '92. At least he would tell me, when I was a kid, we won the FA Cup like 6 years ago or whatever.
And for people who don't know, I haven't seen a trophy in my lifetime. Maybe you can blame me for this. I was born 2-3 months after we won the League Cup in 2008. I was born that year, but at the end of the year.
I was actually at that final. I went there.
What you've seen, like the Audi Cups, and you've seen the
the Audi Cup,
the American Comfort.
Well, not on TV. It's not on TV, so you don't see.
Audi Cup
don't
ain't
see
a
that
trophy though. Really, let's be honest.
Man, you know what? But listen. This is so shameless that I'm saying this.
Yeah.
You know the Audi Cup.
Yeah.
The Audi Cup looks like such a good trophy. That should be one of like the main trophies. Like even the Champions League don't look as good as that. Just the aspects wise. Do you guys remember what I'm talking about the Audi Cup? Yeah. You know how it looks, how it's formed. That's such a beautiful trophy. For me, I'm surprised that they haven't done all of the made it. It might sound like waffle, but when we won the Audi Cup, I was like, "Yo, that's a good looking trophy."
Parade.
I didn't expect that to come out of your mouth, but
let me be honest. I'm just trolling. Let me be honest with you. Look, again, I just want to see us. I want to see some armpits. That's all I want to see. Look, we can come back to the same conversation next year, and I still say the same thing. If we don't lift the trophy, it's a fail.
And Harry's doing a forfeit as well, so
you hold that against me.
Fail.
Yeah, we'll sort it out next show.
Next year, okay, cool. Look, no, I'm on it, bro. If we don't lift the trophy, I would eat the hottest chili in the world, bro.
If we win the trophy, though, we're not going to win one, right?
If we win one,
yeah.
Because Harry said next year.
I think so.
Yeah, but I'm saying if we don't win one,
if we don't win a trophy, TJ, then I'll do it. I'll eat the hottest chili. You tell me where to find it.
You can't eat the hottest chili because
you said you can't because you said yeah.
The last time I gave you the options of green chili, then you said your acne is gonna hurt.
I was gonna buy the chili, but I got advised not to.
Hold on, let me go.
Long story. I'll eat the chili. I don't have a problem with eating chili.
Oh, you don't have a problem with eating chilies now?
What? I don't, but I was recommended not to with the skin because the packet had a big red warning on it. I would have done it, but I got advised not to. But... So
next year you will have it because the advice will be okay then, right?
No, I'm going to ignore the advice and I'm going to eat it.
Hopefully nothing bad happens on stream.
No, all it is me touching it because I have quite bad skin irritation. And
right.
It's all about skin irritation.
The only way it sounds to us in the chat was if it was like a life and death situation. That's
no. It's just about skin irritation. No. It's nothing major.
All right, okay.
They basically just advised me not to get it, and I didn't want to take that risk, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, so I do want to make it happen. And I've got to find a chili because then when I went to find somewhere else to find a chili, they'd sold out, hadn't they? So we need to make it happen.
But there's like 50 stores. I'm sure you could have found a chili somewhere.
There's not 50 stores where I live, mate. There's one.
You only got one supermarket near you.
Yeah, you got one tiny little co-op.
That's it. You just got a co-op, mate. That's actually
no. Sorry, wait. We've got a big Tesco superstore, and we've got a little co-op. But the co-op.
Did you not go to Tesco's then, or not?
I did. Yeah, there's nothing in there. Honestly, there was nothing. There's absolutely no chilies. I don't know why, but I went in there and I asked them, and they said that there's just these ones that had the big red sign for skin irritation on them. And if you have eczema, which I do, then don't take it. I'll still have it.
I'm just surprised it's a massive Tesco. Yeah, more than one chili.
I was very surprised, but I'm happy to do the chili. I saw Robbie from AFTV do it. So a bottle job like him could do it.
Yeah, no, but that chili that he's having is one of the hottest chilies. That's the chili.
Yeah, I'll do that. Send that my way.
You would have won it, bro.
You were, yeah. Harry, you were literally like cry.
Really,
bro? I ate one of them chilies, man, and I lost my voice for the next month. All right, cool. Score prediction then.
Yeah, TJ, want to go first, and we'll go around.
Who are we against again?
Brighton.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. We've been talking too long, man. I've lost my head. You know what? I think it's going to be not a high scoring game, but there's going to be a lot of goals in it for both teams. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 3-2 Tottenham. Tottenham take it 3-2.
For me, I'm going to go with 3-1. I think there's goals in it. We're looking at two teams that are good going forward. Probably looking at two teams that are quite inconsistent at the moment. In particular, Brighton, who go and we see lose to Luton 4-0, then beat Palace 4-1. But they're without João Pedro. And I look at someone like João Pedro and go, he's the reason why big questions aren't being asked of De Zerbi and Brighton. He's going to put it together. He looks very good in that kind of left wing kind of slot, but also as a number 9. But I think they cause problems. Lewis Dunk for me is the main problem from set pieces. Welbeck, if he's available, is always going to cause you problems. So yeah, no, I think we're in for a tough afternoon. But if we want top 4, these are the games we have to win. We've dropped 2 points where we shouldn't have. For me, against Everton. And we've got 3 home games coming up next. The rule for me, 3-pointers. We've got a hard end to the
Brighton,
season.
Wolves, and who else is the other?
Brighton, Wolves, and Palace at home. For me, that should be 9 points. If we don't get 9 points, then I'm going to sit here and be honest with you, say we don't get top 4 because the top 4 club will go and win those 3 games. Under Conte, whatever you thought of him, that season we came in and we got top 4, we were winning games like this, and we went to Anfield and went and got a point. We were getting results.
A lot, Harry.
I did, but we went there and got results. And that's all that matters in football sometimes.
Let me be honest with you. The way Wolves is playing, that's a hard game, you know.
It's a banana skin, I think.
It is, but again, we're above them in the league. We're at home. We've already lost to them. We can't allow Wolves to take 4 or 6 points off us. So
I think
we want top 4. We win.
For some reason, I have a bad feeling about tomorrow because Brighton beat us under Conte.
Gary O'Neill's done an excellent job. Let's be clear. Gary O'Neill's done an excellent job all over against the top 6. No, Ryan's in the chat. Neto, special player. So Wolves have very impressed me, and I love the resilience that they show in matches and never give up, always entertaining. Been hard done by him with decisions, especially in the first half of the season. So Wolves are one of the clubs you go, I enjoy watching. And Brighton, who we face as well, are another one.
For me, you're not going to like my prediction. I'm saying 2-2.
Oh, 2-2, no.
I could see a draw as well. I think
things might come off. The wheels might come off for us. I don't know why. We have that dodgy.
You always look that way, though, don't you? You generally look at what can happen as a negative.
Well, we're not in the top four anymore, so like
no. And that was a missed opportunity, wasn't it? We played first, and we could have stretched our advantage. So
I just think
frustrating weekend.
Tottenham. I've learned over the years.
Do you think this highlight is gonna kill us
eventually?
Like in a sense of like, cool. I was analysing it, and we've conceded quite a lot of goals through this highlight. You know,
it's the long ball over the top. That's what kills us every time.
Do you think Ange has to not change his system? We still can play a high line, but just adapt a bit. Like
for me, I don't. Can I be honest with you, TJ? I think the high line cost us 2 points against Everton from that set piece. I don't know why you go high on a set piece. I've got to be honest. I love Postecoglou. I love everything he's done, but that's a mistake. Chelsea as well. Yeah, it could have got us 2-2 if Dyer's goal stood. But generally, when you're down to 9 men.
I predicted us for losing. You guys told me I was foolish.
But I didn't know we were going to go down to 9 men, have our 2 best players come off injured. And we're going to. I didn't know it was going to be
like that. And I had the whole comments against me saying, "No, you're negative. You're negative."
No, TJ, you said to me we'd go down to 9 men. We'd have a goal disallowed. We'd have Van der Ven and Maddison come off injured. We'd have Romero and a doggy sent off. I'd have gone cool to lose him. But
why you right. My line then?
Huh?
We'd have 9 men.
And you go highline still. It makes
it's criminal, isn't it? You shoot yourself in the foot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Look, again, I don't want to criticize Ange Postecoglou too much because I know it's his style and he is obviously developing. But I do believe he needs to adapt within what is around him because this high line is really risky at so many. You know, we're not blowing teams away. Because we're not like 4 or 5-0 up in it most of the games, you know. We're like taking the lead maybe and scoring 1 or 2 goals. Let's just say that as an example. So for me, he needs to tweak it. I'm not saying change the whole system. Just start playing deep. Maybe that high line just drop it a bit back. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to change the dynamic of how we will obviously play, but. Then again, he's made it clear that this is how he plays and this is how he wants to play. So we just have to accept
the consequences.
His style. Yeah, no, accept his style and just hope for the best sometimes because some of them balls are crazy. If it wasn't for Van der Ven against Everton, bro, all them massive runs and crazy, you know, like I'm trying, like. Any other team that plays like this will concede that. And I do generally think Van der Ven is such a... I'm even going to say it now. He's the best centre-back right now in the Prem. And it might sound like I'm jumping the gun right now, but he is so good. He's like a life changer in it, you know? Like, so, I don't know, man. I don't know. What the fuck you saying? Who you talking about? What did I say? Did I say something?
What? Me?
I don't know if I said something.
Probably me. I waffle a lot, so it could be me.
Yeah, I'm just this highlighting is gonna cause us problems, and I do believe he should just tweak it a bit. Maybe play a bit deeper. I don't know, man. Look, again, I'm not a coach. Just not my job.
Yeah, exactly. But again, for TJ, to add on to what you're saying, and I completely agree with you, with Conte as well, completely different situation. But for me, what let him down was him not being flexible. AC Milan's second leg, not going all out attack when we only needed 1 goal. And that bit of him, for me, is the major reason it cost him his job. And we're looking at Ange now, who I really like, fully behind, and think he's doing well. But you look at the high line and go, if there is going to be any kind of downfall, which I very much doubt there will be, then that could cost us in terms of top 4, for example, because it's for me, it's starting to cost us points. Do it with but against Chelsea, do you do it without the quickest registered player in the? Do you do it without the quickest registered player in the Bundesliga and no centre back on the pitch? You just don't play a high line. Do you know what I mean? I'm not a football coach, but it's just
even Liverpool play a high line. Even they dropped against us. They played.
They wouldn't play a high line without like Van Dijk, for example.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even when they had 9 men, though, Harry, they still dropped.
Yeah.
I'm in the firm belief there's transitions and times when you do play the high line and you don't. So like when you're seeing out a game, for example, that's when you drop. You know, it's not. There's no bad aspect of playing defensive when you want to just keep a league and try see out the league. We don't have to attack all 90% of the time. Do you understand where I'm coming from? Again, mate. Look. He's what we've seen from the template so far from week 1 to week what? We're on like 16, 17, 18, week 17 or 18, wherever we are in it. High line, whether we're losing, we're winning, we're going to play it.
No dispute. We're always going to play it, aren't we?
Exactly. So
you need to change your tactics depending on the opponent and the game. So for me,
Harry, that's what I was saying weeks ago, and you disagree with me when I said that.
Did I?
Yeah, because I was saying Ange he just plays the same way every game, and that was
too naive. I remember you were saying Ange is too naive to do this, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
And then Harry said, well, he's the perfect manager for us, and this and this and that. And you were missing the point.
And then now you're saying that you should adapt to every game. So hold on, what?
No. Listen, I think I've always said. Well, I hope I've always said that we should adapt for every game. I'm going to be honest with you. I defended Postecoglou at the time because I felt like it was a bit of a hate speech against a man that I think could take us to the next level. Like a bit of a hate march, if you like.
Do you think I have pictures of Postecoglou in my room and I throw darts at him or something like?
You tell me. I'm not in
you
your
said
room.
Hate speech. That makes it sound like I hate our manager. That's not what I said. I'm just saying.
It was a bit of a targeted.
No, we like. Look,
managers adapt to the opposition. Like
we weren't talking about adapting though. Really, we were talking about him and his career and whether he was the right fit for Tottenham or not.
No. We at that time we were talking about he's lost more than 5 games or something.
Yeah, well, that
if it carries on, is it time to quit?
Yeah.
No, I still stand by what I said. We lose the next 5 games. It's still behind Postecoglou.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. We lose the next 10 games.
We don't want to reopen that conversation.
No, I'm serious. No, I'm absolutely serious. I think we've got the right man, and you can't be
so lose the next 10 games,
which we're not going to. But that is unreal evidence to be able to support what I'm saying, because for me,
I don't think any manager will survive losing 10 in a row. I don't think I know managers that survive losing 10 in a row.
But you're kind of sitting there going, we lose a couple of games and you should go.
No, that's not.
No, that's not what we're saying.
Please, let's not go into this again, because I clipped what you said.
Trust me, you clipped what we said, and you
clipped what you talking about. I added vital context.
You know how you made the context? It sounded like we wanted Ange out. You know what I'm trying to say? We said there was a certain bit. I was like, well, if it carries on going like this,
but did that not come out both of your mouths? I didn't make it up. That's what he said. It's just worded differently.
It's not worded differently. There's a big difference between saying it's carrying on, because someone could take that as though we're saying, oh, we've lost already.
Well, the clip was long enough, and your words were as Postecoglou needs to go.
If we lost 5 games in a row, wouldn't you start questioning the manager?
Sorry, if 5 games in a row, I question his lineup and why we aren't winning, but I won't question him as a manager who's won the treble.
You said if we lose 10 games in a row, you wouldn't question Ange.
No, I said I wouldn't sack him if we lost 10 games. I would, of course, question him. I hate this narrative in terms of you can't question someone that you believe in. It's kind of false narrative.
We're questioning him now.
We're questioning his high line, right? It doesn't mean I want him out. No, I need to in 5 games time.
Exactly. That's what we did.
Exactly.
We like
you want him out. You want him out in 5 games time. You
just our next 5 games.
No.
Oh my god.
You just committed to it.
No.
This is being clipped as well because I just said to TJ.
No,
he went, yeah. Yeah.
No, I didn't say nothing like that.
You said yeah.
You heard what? You know what happened? It went in one ear and it got afraid. It got lost in his brain and it went out the other.
Chinese whispers. That's what it is. Chinese whispers.
I'll show you later. Don't worry.
We said if we lose our next 5 games, would you not want him to come on, man? If we lose
I would question him, but I wouldn't sack him.
If Andrew loses the next 10 games, he's not going to have a job in any Premier League team.
Okay, let's stick to your 5 then. That's more realistic.
No, I'm saying, but we were saying if he loses 5 or 10 games.
No, you said 5.
Yeah, then he might get sacked still. 5 in a row.
You have to question. Okay, but even if he loses 5,
he's in a position where I honestly think he's in a position where whatever happens this season, he won't be sacked.
Whatever happens.
Yeah, no. So
how many games have got left, TJ? Hold on, let me check.
I don't know, bro. Maybe like 5 or 6 or 7. No, we got more than that. We got about 7 or 8.
Let me check how many games we've got left.
We're on like 19, I think. Maybe even 10. I think there's 30 games in the season, right? I can't even remember. Because we're out of all the competitions.
Harry, if we lose 15 games, you still want Ange to still be here?
Well, we're talking about something that is very.
I would, you know what? Look, again, let's put context to this actual conversation.
I'll judge Ange at the end of the season, but whatever happens now, for me, his job isn't on the line.
You have to question his morals and what he's doing on the pitch. Example, if he's losing, let's just say, for example, he's lost 5 games because of the high line, and he's not changed it, and he knows it's the same example as well. It's a good example. He's lost 5 games through corners, and he's not fixed where
questions have to be asked of what he's doing and his in-game management, his tactical setup,
exactly,
but not his managerial career and his reputation.
But he gets his managerial career and his reputation.
He's won the treble. He's won the treble.
What league has he won the treble in?
Yeah,
exactly. The Chinese.
I agree with that.
The Celtic.
I'm not just Andrew, I'm just being real. Like
you are
Australian league.
No, because I'm sorry, those leagues are not top leagues. If you told me he won the treble in Spain or in Italy,
he hasn't been given a chance to. No, he hasn't been given a chance to prove he can do it in the Premier League, and he's been given 6-7 months.
But then
he's already proved that he's the man.
Jose can't take the money. They probably would have won trophies at Tottenham.
The style of football was not fit for the club, and he wasn't fit. Wait. The relationship never going to work with the board and Daniel Levy. When
I also argue you've done the same thing with Pochettino as well.
A figure like Conte that puts himself. Wait, I'm still talking. The figure who puts himself before the team, and you just can't have someone like that who's so emotional and he doesn't do the team in the dressing room very good. He was the wrong fit for Tottenham, and so was Jose Mourinho. So we've learned.
Jose had the most amount of goals in the calendar season at Spurs since some crazy.
I'm very aware, and that's why we had Son and Kane.
Why was he labelled as a negative football? Because we scored the most goals we did under.
Because you need to look all around his career and look at the percentage of possession you have.
We sacked him 5 days before a final, Harry.
But that's not. I'm not making that point.
Well, I am because
you can't accuse me. You can't accuse me of something that I've consistently called out in the year as being the wrong decision. So again, that's invalid.
You sacked him.
Yeah, let's not get into that because we know.
Going back down to this nail on the head.
Yeah.
It always ends like this.
Wait, I'm still bitter about the sacking. I'm not gonna lie. We could have won that final.
He took the piss, didn't it?
But you look at the mentality going into the dressing room. No, wait, because I would have sacked him.
He was fuming that Jose got sacked. He was fuming.
We're assuming Kane was upset. Okay, that's fine. We haven't spoken to Harry Kane, but we're assuming he's upset.
No, it's like a well-known thing. It's not really just me.
Well-known thing. What Harry Kane told you? Yeah,
I'm sure I'm best mates with Harry Kane. By the way, I do actually play football with someone who knows Harry Kane, but anyway, let's not get to that.
Yeah, Chinese whispers then, yeah, as we were saying.
Not actually do, because he went to school with him, but anyway. I wouldn't just say stuff on random nonsense, like.
Yeah.
If you speak to a lot of people, people at Tottenham.
So what we've learned from the last 5 years is
we're just going to finish top 4, and that's be happy with top 4.
But you've got to be happy with it. I'm not at all betting it. You've got to be happy with top 4 this season and Ange's first season.
For the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, I think we'll be winning trophies, and I generally believe that. And that is why I call for patience.
Making proper bets now. So when we come to next season,
I put my neck on the line. I think Tottenham win a trophy next season. And I think we really push on in the league as well.
You're right, by the way. I'm not saying this just to be like.
Yeah, and I'm quite positive as a fan. And I think that's the right way to be. And if you're not, that's fine as well. But I think that we have a lot to look forward to as Spurs fans the next 10, 15 years.
So Harry, when we're asking, what trophy do you think we're most likely to win next season? I'm just asking Brandon.
I think we'll win the FA Cup next year, and I think we'll probably finish 2nd or 3rd in the league. And I think obviously the summer's important, but I think we're really pushing on. I put my neck on the line. I think we're in the title. I don't think we're going to win the title. I think we'll be in the title race next season, and I think we will win a domestic trophy of some kind. It might be the league, might be the FA Cup, might be the League Cup. I doubt it'll be Europe, but it could be. I think we will win a trophy next season. Then the next season, I fancy us for the title. I generally think if we have windows like we've had and we keep hold of Postecoglou and we've got these players coming in that really excite me, and your Phillipses, your Devines, we keep hold of players like we have, of Sarr and Doggy, committing them to the long term, I think that our future's bright. I don't think Pep will be here in 2-3 years' time. You've got Klopp leaving. I don't think Liverpool will be in the same next season.
So do you think do you think we can bounce on obviously Klopp leaving? And
I think that's massive for us. I think that's absolutely massive.
But do you feel like, cool, now I'm not, we obviously know your stance on this, innit? And I'm not going to go down that lane, innit?
This will be here for another hour.
But do you feel like Levy has taken us so far? Could we do better with a better ownership? That's the question, like, I'm going to put out there, because
if I'm being honest, and I generally dodge the question, I'm happy with the ownership at the moment and what they're doing in terms of we played it right with FFP. The recruitment's been good. I get why people aren't in terms of mistakes that have been made, but at this moment in time, I look at a very stable and secure ownership, and we played it right with FFP, and I think the future's bright. So I think at the moment, out of anyone, I think it's most exciting time to be a Spurs fan. Out of any other club, I think we really have played it right. So I'm happy at the moment, and we're playing well. The ownership are delivering, the manager's delivering, the fans are delivering an excellent atmosphere and support and turnout. So everything at the club, for me, it is. A lot of people say it's not all rosy. I think it is all rosy. Of course, it's not all rosy, but I think it's very, very positive to what people make out. That's just me. I'm a positive fan. I think it's exciting.
I'm going to refer. Okay, so
just an opinion.
I'm going to go. I'm going to ask the same question. Do you think we've reached our ceiling with? Because Harry's obviously defending, but do you think we've reached our ceiling with this ownership? Do you think we could get better, or do you think young Harry is right? We are improving.
We know what Hazard's going to say. He's not going to say I'm right.
We're doomed to repeat the same cycle we've repeated the past 10 years. We'll finish top 4. There'll be murmurings of big transfers in the summer. Oh, we're going to sign Ronaldo. I don't know what Ronaldo is nowadays. Something like that. And then in the end, we'll get like a budget, version of a striker or something. And then we'll get, some players here and there. We might improve marginally, but probably just enough to consolidate top 4. I use that word, consolidation, as a reason. So we'll just repeat the same cycle. People have hopes. Oh, if Angel's given more money, we'll, break the thing.
Break the cycle.
But we won't. And then in a few years, Angel gets sacked in 2026, 2025. We'll bring another manager. We'll repeat the same cycle for the next 4 years.
One thing I would have to say, look, again, my stance. I would say straight away, I agree. Look, Harry, you're more optimistic than myself and Harry, and I rate that, bro. Listen, I rate that about you, bro.
I don't know how long it will last.
Anybody that says Harry, don't. You know what? Even the comments, bro. Any of the comments that disrespects Harry's view, bro, you can come to man in it.
We argue all the time,
bro. Let me be honest with you. I'm generally. We have different opinions, and you can tell.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes, you can tell we have different opinions, innit? I'm obviously with Has in it. Like I'm done with the ownership, to be totally honest with you. But what I can actually say, credit where credit is due. Levy, what you've done with the community, what you've done with the training pitch, the university, the F1. They just opened up the F1 kart racing underneath the thing in it. You know what you've done with all of these type of things. You know, you've helped off the field. You know, I'm just a bit. Look, I can't put all my faith in Levy because after what 15 to whatever years in it, you know, 20 we haven't seen major success, you know. And for me, football is about success, regardless of what you do believe in. You might say it's a transition, you might say it's about youth, you might say it's all about these type of things. I base football on success. The reason why teams like Arsenal, teams like United, and now City's coming into that perspective, Liverpool as well, for years ago, they won trophies over trophies over trophies over trophies. They're big. The reason why we class them as the biggest clubs, and I'm sorry to say this, is because they're successful on the pitch. And really and truly, the only thing that is kind of like faulting with Spurs is our success on the pitch. Until that changes, for me personally, we are just in the same boat, going around in circles, circles. And you know what? Look, again, and it might sound, look, I'm not negative. Okay, cool. People might view me as negative. I want to be optimistic, but I was optimistic with Pochettino. Think about it.
I was until we bought Nkudu and Janssen and Sissoko. I'm still optimistic. You know, we brought in managers like Mourinho and Conte that are trophy blooded. Like, you know, these guys will win trophies everywhere where they go. Look, Mourinho, the only club he hasn't managed to win a trophy with is what? Tottenham. Conte, another one as well, let's be honest.
Conte as well. So for me personally, look, I am optimistic with Ange, and I do hope Levy will change his ways, you know, and I hope
make the Evan Ferguson, Osimhen points, because those are like examples of me saying yes, I put hands up, Levy would have changed, because Levy would never sanction a massive move like that to sign a player of that price and of that reputation and ilk. And
but can I be honest with you? Because obviously I have to jump in a minute. I don't think Daniel Levy would usually, you know, spend 43 million, for example, on Van der Ven. I love Van der Ven, but let's be honest, we probably overpaid for him at the time. I think it'd be well worth that in the end. But initially, I think we overpaid. We paid the money and got the players.
I think 40-50 million is
that is also true. I think it's a bit of both.
Because I think like 40-50 million is like, no disrespect to Richarlison, you know how much I like Richarlison. It's like a standard.
But you know,
50 minutes standard forward price. If we were talking about the top forwards, we'll be talking like up to 100 million plus.
No, you know the reason why I'm talking about money. You know, it's not based on how much we spend. We can spend nothing. We can spend a lot. It's not even about spending. It's about the players we've missed over the last 10 years. That, for whatever reason, financial problems didn't allow us to land the deals, you know? So we've had this cheap, again, a lot of people are going to defend Levy, but we've had this cheap mindset. And I still feel like we are going through this cheap mindset. Again, I'm not saying the players that we have at Spurs right now are all bad, but I want the best of the best, in my opinion. I want the best of the best.
I think we're doing that personally, but
I don't think so, to be honest with you.
Let's not get into that, because we could go for absolutely hours like we already have.
We did that 3 hour, 4 hour stream, TJ. Like a few months ago.
We're going for that target right now.
We should do
again.
Transfer deadline day, summer. We should do whole evening. Just talking Tottenham and transfers. See the transfer window out.
Yeah. But you know why? We should have done that last year because I rated the window 5. No, I rated the window 5, and you said, "Well, we've got the players that we need to get." But I said we needed 2 centre backs, brother, and we got only 1.
5.
5. Yeah, I rated it 5. The summer was
probably an 8 for me, and January's a 9.
An 8.
Yeah.
9.
I said like 6 or 7 in the summer, and the same with the.
I said
January. The reason the number's so high is the players we shifted and got off the wage books, and thought would be hard to move on as well.
Bring in personally, but
you can't bring players in if you don't shift players out. So therefore, it's really important to shift players out.
That's only like the Levy way of doing it, because Levy always.
No, it's not, because you don't want an overload of a squad, and you can only have a certain amount of players registered.
You don't have to register every player. You know that.
Correct.
Yes, so
you don't want someone sitting here on the wage book and doing nothing. And for their own personal careers, it's better to move on. Nobody likes Eric Dyer, for example. I mean, you lot have both been very critical, and he's gone. Actually, that's a good thing from the club to be able to shift him. And a lot of people said that we'll be able to. We have. So, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway. I'm just reading the comments, man. I totally missed the comments, innit? They're arguing.
Been a load.
Yeah, they're arguing about something. I can't even remember. Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't agree with a lot, but I love the debate and I love the passion.
Yeah, no, I love it. You know why? Because you don't get.
It makes the show special. It makes the show special when you've got special people with different opinions.
Bro, Harry, even if we have an argument, it's not personal between me and you.
Yeah.
If you have this argument,
we're in this stream and we're going to laugh about it. So that's the best bit.
If you have this argument with someone else, names in the
it gets personal.
You know what I'm trying to say? They don't like the views. Look, I can take it with a pinch of salt. I can be called whatever deluded, whatever, because I'm a big man. I own my words, and if I say something,
I'm smoking something, doesn't mean personally as if like you're mad. It's just this way of saying, yeah.
I haven't said that comment in a long while.
I know, but I'm saying because
TJ's smoking something like that week where he said Emerson's a playing midfield, and I thought he was going to start this joke, but he got done of it.
Remember that? That's a nightmare.
I'm not letting you forget that. That would never leave me. That.
You know what? One day Emerson in like some injury crisis is going to play midfield.
Wait.
He probably will.
You know what? Look,
we'll have like 5 injuries.
I get your kind of thinking in a way.
With all this inverted wing backs, technically these men can play midfield now.
I can but I just don't.
Yeah, technically, listen, it's come to fruition. Let's be honest with you here, again, Emerson Royale is not really playing right now, but if he's going to be playing on the right back, he's going to have to do this inverted nonsense. So he's technically playing in the midfield.
Right,
so that's my point.
Yeah.
Adogi, Poro, they all play this inverted midfielder role, isn't it? Whatever you want to call it. Inverted.
That's what I can still thinking. He'll be like a Sissoko regen, basically, in midfield. That's what I imagine, because Sissoko could do like the very basics. And then it would get away with it.
But we talk about players overpaying. Sissoko's got to be. He went up there, hasn't he?
It was a panic buy though, Harry, because
it was. No, it was.
No, because they went for Mane.
The double was.
You know, Mane went to Spurs training ground. Like, I know this for a fact.
And go on. No, I didn't know this actually.
And then Levy wouldn't pay his wages or pay the fee, because they were like 5 million apart. So the deal didn't go through. He went to Liverpool instead. But him and Wanyama, they wanted both of them. But Wanyama only had a year left, so he was 12 million, very cheap. And his wages were only like 60, 70, I think, or something like that. But Mane wanted big wages, and he wanted to be like the same as like Kane was on, or similar to that, or something like that. And also, like I said, the fee was like a small point. But that's in the end, they got panicked and they bought bloody Sissoko on deadline day. And I remember I was so angry. I was like, why are we buying Sissoko?
Hey, brother, wait, hold on 1 minute. If you got a problem with me, innit, say it to me. Like, you know what? I'm not even going to lie to you, innit, bro.
He doesn't
have the balls to say your name. Must be scared.
I just jumped on it, yeah. I've just jumped on it, like jumped on reading the comments, innit?
Yeah, so
bro, if you have a problem with what I say, that's all.
Ryan's spot on. He seems like a very, very angry and sensitive individual.
You can jump off this live, man, and stop watching us. I'm not forcing you to watch us if you don't want to watch us, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, but do we got any more topics?
No. I know Harry needs to go. So Harry, when we next find you, I mean, we're on your show anyway, so I guess subscribe to Harry's show.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, that's coming around soon. I can't remember. It's this month, isn't it?
This month.
You're coming on.
Yeah. Sorry. Do you know what date it is? So I can't remember.
I'll get back to you after. I need to get my big diary out booked until the end of the season. It's quite long now. It's on the double pages. But yeah, no, thank you very much for having me on once again. Obviously, really look forward to this. If you want to follow me, you can there, Harry Scarf 22. But most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Scarvy Spurs, with match previews, instant match reactions. Yeah, merch. We do another merch sale at the end of the month. So I'm looking forward to that. Match day vlogs, weekly live shows every Monday, 8 p.m. And as I said, you guys made it really special in the comments. You know, I don't necessarily agree with all your opinions, but it's just wonderful to see how many, you know, we all have one club in Tottenham. It's just great to see all different opinions and different perspectives that I didn't even consider. So you guys make it special. So thank you. Obviously, subscribe to Spurs Kings TV. And obviously, it's great to be here every Friday. And I'm glad to say for the next next week, because we play on a Saturday, I'm assuming the show's Friday, I'll also be on. So it's nice to be on.
Yeah, and then we've got a week break after that because it's Chelsea going to go postponed, isn't it? So yeah.
Correct.
And TJ, are you still on your channel? Yeah.
But I've been rebranding that channel for the last couple of years, isn't it? I'm abandoning it. Nah. You can find me on this channel. You can find me. Like, look, again, I am gonna get to it. I keep saying this every single time, but I will finally rebrand it. I've been also changing my name, innit? But if you want to subscribe to me, Spurs Talks. Wait, is that my name? Yeah, that is my channel. Yeah.
What's your name? It's your channel. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I haven't been on that channel in a long time, innit? So Spursy Talks, innit? It will get branded sooner or later. It's just I'm just getting back into the streaming thing, you know. And really enjoyed today. I haven't done it in a long while, man. We haven't.
You know what? I've actually missed being us free because it's been weird when it's been like. You know, even me when I was watching last week, I was like, for fuck's sake, I want to be on. But anyway,
yeah.
I mean, because
no, for real, bro. Like, it's been a bit odd because we haven't had just us three, and I feel the dynamic is really good with us three. We've got a Levy inner. We've got a Levy outer, and then we've got you that just instigates a lot of arguments that happens within us.
Yeah, exactly. He stirs
it up, innit? So
you know what? That's why I picked the certain topics in a word specific way because I'm just like I know we get triggered by it. So I was just like,
yeah. So more or less, we've got a good dynamic going forward.
I'm maybe out by the way. It's just that,
Yeah. No. So we've got a good dynamic going. That's why we've missed it, man. And yeah, man.
You two,
we'll be streaming next week as well.
Me?
We're going to be streaming next Friday as well. Because obviously,
100%.
Yeah, every Friday, man.
Yeah, 100% next Friday.
Yeah.
So you can find me at Hotspur TV. I do post-match reaction videos now. I'm going to get back to streaming now because I've been out for a few weeks for other reasons. So I'll probably be back next Thursday, most likely. And you can find me here on Fridays, and obviously subscribe to all these other people here. Anyone in the comments who's got a channel, go subscribe to them, like Colin, who was arguing with us earlier. And big up to everyone in the comments. And please subscribe to Spurs Kings TV, and come on, you Spurs. Anyone else want to say anything? Or?
No, out the Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs, man. That's it, man.
Yeah.